No, I shouldn't do that though. I should. I shouldn't do the show like this. I shouldn't do the show like this. Yeah, I gotta get a bib that say Ock Nation on it, man. Oh man. Oh, get these knuckles, man. These pesky knuckles, man. Oh. Uh, what's happening, everybody? How is everyone in Ock Nation, man? Uh, how is everyone in Ock Nation? How art thou? How art thou, man? How art thou, man? How's every how's every last one of you? How are you? How the fuck are you? Hmm? How the hell are you? God damn it, I want to know. How the hell are you? Man, I'm gonna show y'all my feet one day. I just gotta build up the nerve, man. My feet, my feet, man. I got runaway slave feet, man. It ain't all good, man. You feel me? Yeah, they say it's all good. Nah, my feet ain't all good. It ain't all good, man. Woo. Last Christmas done came and went. Wow. Christmas done came and went. Ain't that some shit? Christmas done came and went. Yeah, Black History Month, man. Right around the corner, man. I can't wait. Black History Month, man. Learn about all the fake inventors and shit, all the bullshit, all the lies and shit. Black man invented this, a black man invented that. Then you find out it was a patent for it 100 years earlier. Uh, I gotta get my shit shaped up like DL Hughley, man. DL Hughley, he on to something, man. He got the shit. DL Hughley got the shit going, man. He doing this thing, man. I gotta figure out how to uh now I know what a fool I've been. But if you kiss me now, then you fool me again. Last Christmas. I miss Christmas, man. I miss Christmas, man. Christmas was the shit, man. The hell, man. Christmas is over. Man. Christmas is over, man. Man, I'm mad as hell, man. Yeah, Santa went back to the North Pole, man. Try some of this chicken, man. Somebody, my wife. Mm. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Oh my God. That's some good chicken, man. Who said white people can't cook? My wife went to a dinner party tonight, and one of her friends, whoo, made some chicken. It's delicious. And it's seasoned to perfection. Seasoned to perfection, man. Now I'm not a picky eater, but God. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. This glider put her foot in this shit. Mm. This glider queen put her foot in this shit, man. Oh man. Yeah, this glider put her foot in this shit. Mm-mm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Mm. Ring that joint out. Mm. Yeah, man. A lot going on, man. A lot going on, man. A lot. I'm trying to change the title and shit. Not change the title, but add to the title, man. Oh, excuse me. No, no, I'm not changing the title. I just had to add something to it. They want Skip canceled as well. They want to Skip canceled last week because Skip told Shannon to put his glasses back on. I hate that black men have turned into the new Karens, man. I didn't sign up for that, man. I didn't sign up to be a Karen, man. I didn't sign up to be a Karen, man. I didn't sign up to for that, man. Black dudes, we the new Karens, man. That shit is annoying. Always bitching about something. Always bitching about something, man. And we always like one thing you can count on is a black dude gonna be bitching about something. You can count on that. There ain't a lot of things you can count on, but one of them is that a black dude gonna be bitching about something. I hate that, man. It wasn't always like that. I mean, we got our issues well documented. Well documented. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop this link, man. Let a player drop this link. Now I know what a fool I've been. Man. Christmas is over. Wait a whole month for Black History Month. What's happening, Wicked?
Yo, what up, Chief? Salute to you, Chief Akintunde, the realest race realist.
Yeah, salute, man. What's up, man?
You heard what happened at the French Montana video?
Oh no, I'm late. What happened?
It's breaking news. It just happened. 10 people shot during a French Montana video.
Oh wow. Wow.
It's got to be all over Twitter. I bet it looks. It
Yeah,
looks.
man.
It looks like a lot. But the racist pigs, as always, on scene, on time, right on schedule.
Those damn pigs.
Over there rendering aid. They can't just let God's plan be God's plan, Chief. The glider
Right.
was trying to, try to do glider shit.
Yeah, I was trying to like ruin the fun, man. All right, man. Let's see. Let's see what French Montana, leader of the Coke Boys, man. His crew is the Coke. That's his crew. That's the name of his crew, the Coke Boys.
I mean, I ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of coke, Chief.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of Coke. Look at
Yo,
this.
so 10 of them, is that a mass shooting, Chief? Or I
Well,
think it's a
this
mass
is
shooting.
10, maybe. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's a
It
mass.
depends. It depends, man. French Montana shares advice he gave Quavo to cope with Takeoff's death. So this was earlier today. This is at 3:17 p.m. TMZ caught him, I guess, at the airport, and he was giving Quavo advice on how to cope with Takeoff's.
Damn. Damn.
And then what time is it? 10, 15. That he's been a mass shoot in his video shoot. This
Damn.
is this is the culture, man. This is the people. This
Right.
is this is them.
Right. It was all good just a week ago.
Wow. French Montana. Frenchy French.
Yo, I wonder. I mean, I'm sure they have enemies, but I wonder. That's brazen. You don't think that's too much attention?
What do you mean?
I mean, look at, like, for example, what happened with the Migos guy, right? You're guaranteed to get caught damn near because that's hot.
Well, it's not about like thinking. It's about reacting. Somebody did something, we mad about it. These are arguments. That was an argument. Even though the guy who killed him, he wasn't arguing with the guy who did the killing and the guy who died weren't involved in the argument. But still, like when you got like sideways shooters, you know what I'm saying? It gets crazy out there, man.
Right. I just wish they cared about hitting their target, you know? Like they don't care about hitting the target at all. That's not a priority.
Mm-mm. That doesn't even that's not even on the top five. The top one is showing people like they don't play. You know what I'm saying? That niggas know what time it is, shit like that. Hitting the target is like down the line. So French Montana, WP, what's up, man?
Peace, peace. How everyone doing this evening?
What's up, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. Hanging, man. I'm glad I wasn't at French Montana video shoot.
No doubt. I didn't hear about this. That's crazy.
I think it
Mm-hmm.
just happened.
But
Wow.
this is him earlier. This is him earlier. TMZ called him at the airport. He was giving Quavo advice on how to cope with Checo's death.
Damn. Yo, but let for the Ag Nation, you know, just keep this in mind, you know, put it into perspective. If you were having a bad day, you know, maybe it's not that bad, you know, all things considered.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a rough scene right there. I didn't know it
Yeah, you
looked
probably
like
can't
that.
show that on here, Chief. That's probably
Yeah, you
for
can. That's Rumble only, man. My God.
Where was the video shoot? Look, what was the video shoot location?
Miami Gardens.
Hmm.
sounds
One
rough.
of one of the most chocolatiest places on the planet. Here goes some footage before. It's 618. This is some footage at 618. Miami Gardens is 84% sun. 84% sun.
Mm. Mm. So is it safe to assume I 10 shot, nobody killed?
Yeah, I can assume
Sounds
that.
about a good ratio, right? Like about nine.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Nobody get killed, but maybe one.
Maybe I'll give him one, maybe two. Now, if that was a glider, it would have been like what 6, 10,
Seven.
7, 10.
7. The Licking Restaurant in Miami Gardens, Florida. The shooting reportedly occurred during the filming of a French Montana video shoot.
Mm.
The Licking.
I,
Right?
I guess when they said a video shoot, they took it literal, right?
Exactly. So here's him earlier.
Definitely heard it, yeah, him and Vori, man. Shout out to Quavo, I got a chance to see him.
Right.
And
How
same
is
bars.
he?
I mean, he's doing the best he can, but
Right.
you know, I went through that too with Chinks and, you know, losing my best friend, so I know exactly what he's going through, you know, so, you know, I cheered him up. We had a great time. And I'm just so happy he's back to making music, man. Shout out to Quavo.
I
Love you,
love
Quavo. We all
that.
behind you.
I appreciate you for that. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, did you give him any good advice? That can't be easy.
Yeah, I give him the best advice. Don't sink into that sinking hole. Don't stay in the dark room for the rest of your life. You know, we all took losses. We all got to bounce back. You know, but I think that, you know, Takeoff wouldn't want you to be depressed in the room. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to be out there and holding it down for him. So I did the same thing for Chinks. Puff did the same thing for Biggie.
Right.
I think, you know, the cycle, you know, life goes on.
You're a really good friend. I appreciate you, Frank. Thank you so
Much
much.
love.
Thank you.
Yo,
Yeah, I mean,
is he a
what?
son man or a grandson man?
No, he's a Sandson man. All the way. 100% Sandson man. But salute to him, man. I mean, I actually like French Montana as a person. I don't listen to any of these guys' music, but he seemed like a dynamite guy, man. I never like disliked him. A lot of guys don't like him. I never had a problem with him. I thought he was a dynamite guy. What about you, WP?
I like the his first album, but then after the first album, you know, I kind of started weaning off of rap. But yeah, the first album had a few bangers on it for sure.
What bangers are that?
What are they? The one was I
Don't
can't
ask me, more.
on his first album. Shoot,
All right,
Wicked. I can't.
name me a banger that doesn't reference guns or violence.
Oh, well, that's non-existent. But I'm just
Okay.
saying there was a few. I just can't recall the name on his first album. Hold on, I can look it up real quick.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yo,
about
I've never heard this man say one word, you know. But I'm sure I'll take your word for it, though, Chief. You know.
No, he's pretty popular in that, in those circles.
No, he used to do the DVDs. Wasn't he Smack DVD guy?
I'm not sure.
He was the film. That was his thing. He was the one who used to do all the video. He was the guy behind the camera for all that Smack
Oh,
stuff.
was he? He was like the
Oh, okay.
cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's a dangerous occupation, Chief. All those guns in your face. And I'm sure they don't have benefits, right? No 401k.
Nothing. What's up, Miss Bird?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Great. You familiar with this French Montana guy?
Kinda. He's from New York, or he's an Arab, right?
Yeah, he's his son man.
Yeah. So he I believe, don't his family own like stores in New York or something?
Yeah, they own stuff. They're not black. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
A
But yeah, he
falafel
put
joint,
himself he you know, he
a
put
gas
himself-
station,
Exactly.
a 7-Eleven, maybe. I don't know. The usual.
Anything.
A cell phone store, guaranteed.
Anything.
I think it's just a bunch of corner stores, really.
Well, it's my respects. You know, you gotta respect it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I just hope that they invest in the community.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
they invest all right.
Yeah,
You
right.
see with French Montana and got people shot up at his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's surrounded by a lot of shootings. Yeah, but this is a very interesting kind of how this is going full circle. Okay, so do you remember the mayor of New Orleans? She got into a fight at a hip hop concert, right?
Yeah, she was being somebody's ass.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The artist who she was on stage, and then she got on stage with the artist after that, right? And got, she was on stage with the rappers and whatnot. This is the guy who got shot at French Montana's video shoot tonight.
That's crazy, dude. I hope the mayor of NOLA is all right. What's her name? Latoya? Oh, Latoya's doing okay.
I'm sure she's torn up about this, man.
Yeah, because she seemed really fond of him when they were face to face.
Yeah,
she was very.
Yeah, it's amazing like how these things come full circle, man.
Yeah. So Wicked, if you look up the song I couldn't think about, it was called "Ain't Worried About Nothing."
He should be worried about a few things. I can think of a few things he should be worried about. I mean, not for nothing, man. I mean, I ain't even trying to be funny, man.
It don't sound like he got hit, right? So I mean,
Yeah,
he gets street cred, a little bit more, credibility,
Yeah,
I respect him a little more myself. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do too, man. He fucking respect going through the fucking roof, man. I'm oozing with respect, man. Yeah, man. This fucking guy. Who's Every? Every? What's up? Who are you? Whoa. You out of there. You out of there. You out of there, man. He tried it, man.
They had that V for Vendetta mask on?
Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck going on with Cuz, man.
Yeah, fuck them.
He said Ak is oozing with barbecue sauce. Yep, you know it. You know it, man.
You ever heard the saying that and correct me if I'm wrong, but the saying that if the more dangerous the neighborhood, the better the check-in? Yo, but the funny part is the same shit with us. The more dangerous the neighborhood, the better the tacos.
The better the fajitas and the
Exactly. The
and the goddamn
burritos.
quesadillas and the goddamn pupuseria. The pupuseria truck off the chain and it mess up
Yeah,
13 territory.
just don't make no eye contact, you know?
Yeah, the damn mangoes and hot sauce is off the chain in the fucking barrio, man.
With the tajin. You know what's up, you already know.
Yeah, man. So this is the rapper who was shot tonight at French Montana's
Tonight, a response from the rapper whose concert last night is getting attention today after video shows Mayor Cantrell in an altercation at his show. As Erica Ferrando reports, the mayor's office says she was trying to stop a fight. As rapper Rob 49 performed at the Fillmore Saturday night, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell was there, appearing to have been involved in a heated altercation inside the women's bathroom. A 28-second Instagram video shows a woman holding her hand up to Mayor Cantrell's face. The mayor pushes her hand away. The woman is seen knocking on a bathroom stall with her hand again in Mayor Cantrell's face. She then shoves the mayor, and the two appear to continue arguing. Another woman steps in, appearing to try and calm things down, with someone saying the girl doesn't know who Mayor Cantrell is. The woman involved hasn't been identified, and it's unclear if she is from New Orleans or was visiting. Another video posted to Instagram shows Rob 49 approach the mayor during his show.
Hey, I want to see a special award for being the best mayor they ever came to New Orleans.
The mayor spoke into the microphone addressing the altercation.
And I wasn't fighting in the bathroom. I was standing outside.
Rob 49 handed Mayor Cantrell a plaque. The mayor's office released a statement saying Mayor Cantrell was...
Okay, so that's your mayor of New Orleans, man. Big trouble in Little New Orleans, man.
Yo, I'm a huge fan of her name. I will never not love her name. The Destroyer. LaToya the Destroyer. That shit is wrong.
That's so embarrassing.
You were embarrassed by that, man. She's down with her people, man. She's not too big to be. A lot of mayors are too big to get down there with the people, man. She's down with the regular people, man.
Right.
She's loud and proud.
Yeah, man. She on the mic at a gangster rap concert, man.
Crazy. Well, I hope he's all right. You know, I hope he doesn't. You know, I hope there was only entry and exit wounds. You know, nothing serious. I'm sure he'll be all right anyway, you know?
Yeah, so who were so it was him, I guess, so he was just the most popular person shot? You said it was how many, 10 total? Wow.
French Montana's bodyguard is fighting for his life, too.
Damn. Oh, my goodness. So did French get hit?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Why you hope not, Wicked?
I'm being sarcastic. I'm sorry. I mean, in all honesty, hopefully not. But if he did, you know, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
How will we go on, man? So, his bodyguard fighting for his life. This person said, "Y'all still think nothing wrong with the culture?"
Who said that? Nobody never said that.
The coolest thing a black man can do is kill another black. I come from a world that they love to ignore. While millions are spent promoting violence to the black community, we've seen countless children dying from violence they weren't involved in. The world makes it seem as if the coolest thing a black man can do is kill another black man. They treat us like it's the wild, wild west. And if you're against the nonsense, then you're not real. The house is on fire, and all we do is throw more gasoline on it. People barely pay attention to the many black children who are killed, but they pay a lot of attention to all of the nonsense, excited about our death, but couldn't listen to our truth. They come up with every argument to why the culture shouldn't change. What do you think will happen to the black community if good messages never go viral again? We need a cultural reset and a mass awakening, and I know how to do it. Diddy, I'm still looking for you. Let's change the world now. Martin Luther King is back.
No more children dying. Didn't he shoot a bitch in the eye? Or Shine did, right?
You know, Shine, but Diddy ain't with this shit, man.
But he
Right.
said the world likes to see blacks killing blacks. No, Blackistan likes it
Right.
because they continue
They
to do
always
it. They continue to promote it.
they always say they want us to.
Right.
That's what they want us to do. Nah,
Right. Who the fuck is they?
yeah.
Themselves.
Who wants you to be spraying bullets all throughout the community?
Right. You said it best, Chief. Nobody's served by that. Who's served by that?
Nobody. White people, Latinos, nobody.
Between the music and the video games, no wonder they're shooting each other. Now, what about the Indian kids? What about the Asian kids or even the gliders? Now we shoot too, but so I really can't, you know.
Yeah, but it's still way less. This is that cameraman is fucking brave, man.
I'm telling you that, dude. I can't do that.
Nah, man. Especially with a bunch of knuckleheads like these.
Exactly. These motherfuckers are dumb, Chief. Like they'll shoot you for a
Yeah,
fact.
those reckless fools. They half of them probably don't even have the safety on.
Nope. It's pussy to have the safety on.
If anybody has it on, I'm impressed.
Here goes French Montana.
No, you gotta cover me a stomach, G.
Like this, right? Like this. Let me do it.
Oh.
Yo, you need a breath mint, bro. I smelled it from here. How you
doing?
He got the legendary hand.
No, you gotta cover me a stomach.
Okay. But yeah, man, this is shocking, man. I mean, who would have thought there would be a shooting in the hip hop world tonight, man?
I bet it's gonna go hard, the video though, when it comes out.
Is this the first one of the year?
That's a good question. I think it may be.
I think at that level for sure, right? Because he's pretty up there, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
I mean for rap. I mean for is in the rap world.
I would bet no. I would easy money on that it's not.
Why not? But of the I haven't heard of anything else. I will say that.
But I mean, all of these dudes are rappers.
Yeah. A lot of guys are rappers. Let's see what this guy's saying, man.
See, that's what I'm saying about being a rapper. I don't know none about Rob 49. I never heard his music or nothing like that. But you see how quick these rappers, I hope he okay, don't get me wrong. But man, y'all want to be rappers. These niggas are dying in our face. Every day somebody new dying. He might not be dead, but he got shot.
Okay. Deep thoughts, man.
He ain't lying though.
Man, that's a rough scene, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I was looking at it. It's a lot going on there. Again, like I said earlier, the pigs in the way. You know, I think I seen a pig with a knee on a brother's neck. Matter of fact.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Always.
Or I think he should have put a tourniquet on him. His neck.
Yeah, man. French. It says French news is insane. Rob 49. Wow. He's in stable condition. So Rob is in stable condition.
That's the bodyguard?
No, the rapper, the American Trails.
Oh, thank God.
So were the shooters close enough, or do we know were the shooters close enough where they were trying to rob them, or they were just airing it out on them?
Right, just letting off some shots, as they call it, licking some shots. Let's see.
Like welcome to Miami Gardens.
French Montana ain't check in.
Oh, damn. I wonder if they do that there. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, they check in everywhere, but checking in is kind of like he's the type of guy. He spends so much time in Miami, like he like basically lives in Miami. So it's like I don't know how checking in the hood. I mean he's a rapper, so it's like he got all type of hood ties and shit.
He ain't no hood dude like that. I don't believe that. He's a businessman. I see French doing other things.
but he's still like around a bunch of Sunmen. He's been around Sunmen constantly for the last 20, 30 years.
That's a fact.
You can't,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? That type of proximity will make you have to be, you got to be hood.
Breaking news off the top at 11, a mass shooting in Miami Gardens sending several people to the hospital.
And let's get right to local 10's Terrell Fournet live at the scene for us with new information tonight. Terrell.
And the actual number of victims have been kind of difficult for detectives to narrow down because everyone scattered and went different directions to seek help. But sources are telling us tonight that at least 10 victims are involved in this mass casualty incident playing out here at Northwest 177th Street and 27th Avenue in Miami Gardens. A large contingent of officers from both the Miami-Dade Police Department and the Miami Gardens Police Department are here. And we have learned that there were also a number of high-profile rappers who were in this area at the time of this shooting, all here for a music video shoot. A crowd of people were outside of this shopping plaza in Miami Gardens, home to the Licking restaurant, just before 8 Thursday night, when the sound of gunfire played out.
I heard the gunshots. It was sporadic gunshots. I think it's at least 12 shots. Very sporadic 12 shots.
Said Mogul was part of a video shoot that was filming in the area along Northwest 177th Street and 27th Avenue. It involved popular rapper French Montana. One scene was behind a KFC, the other behind the Licking restaurant. He says that at some point a participant was robbed of a Rolex, cell phone, car keys, and other valuables, and things escalated from there.
Okay, so it was a robbery. Somebody came and took the jewels. Jukes, it was a jukes.
Well, that actually makes me feel better because I was thinking to myself, these rappers, they're walking money banks. I mean, money machines. And so it kind of defeats the purpose to just shoot at them. So, okay, at least the Sun Man was using his head a little bit and got some change out of the deal.
It's interesting you said that Project Pat had an album out years ago called Walking Bankroll. So yeah, you guys are walking licks.
Yep. And they're too stupid to even realize it. And you're doing these shoots in these areas where people are thirsty and they know you got a huge pocket of money, you got your money phone, you got all this tons of jewelry around your neck, on your wrist, and your ears. I mean, come on, man.
All I can say is, still, to walk up while they're doing a video shoot and rob somebody, that's pretty brazen because they're usually out there kind of deep. They got a lot of guns on the set, too, for their protection.
Right.
This was a bold move.
It is. And on the eve of when our country almost fell on January 6th.
I know, man. No respect.
Point, a participant was robbed of a Rolex, cell phone, car keys, and other valuables, and things escalated from there.
Unfortunately, a bunch of people got shot and it was not safe.
So people who were actually involved in the video shoot are victims of this shooting?
Yes.
Some victims were taken away by ambulance, but others either drove themselves to the hospital, a nearby fire station, or were taken away by a private vehicle to area hospitals. But not all of the victims ended up at the same place. A row of businesses and restaurants are now shut down.
We have multiple victims. They possibly could have ran, so we have to tape off everything just to gather all the information and all the evidence for this case to properly investigate it.
I took off running, and I was looking back, but I was like, you know what, let me just duck first. Other people was running by with blood on them.
So quite a frightening scene that has left at least a portion of the northbound lanes of Northwest 27th Avenue shut down as this big police investigation is...
So I said, son, woman, chief, check. Yeah, like, listen, because I don't want to seem like I'm hating on son, but God damn, we got to stop forcing them into this role. This woman, she need to be somewhere slapping her husband or some shit, man. Like, what we need to do a police chief. Like, why we need so many women police chiefs? It's just weird.
no fatalities have been
White guilt.
reported, although obviously some very serious injuries. Again, sources are telling us at least 10 victims. It's not clear if all of those victims have been shot with bullets. Certainly a developing situation tonight, and no word on any of the identities of those victims, but witnesses here believe that at least French Montana is one of the rappers, the high profile popular rappers that was able to get away from here. More to come on the Local 10 Morning News.
So French got away
So
unscathed, man.
everybody left the scene
Mm-hmm.
except for the people that couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, man. People, son, man, them scenes be chaos. You can't stop and give nobody CPR. You gotta get the hell up out of there, man.
I'm talking about the victims. They got out of there. They didn't wait for the ambulance or anything. They didn't lay
Oh, some
down.
of the victims, yeah, they self-transported.
Yeah, they
I
got up
wouldn't.
out of there.
I wouldn't either. That shit's expensive.
Yeah. It's
They sending me no bill. Fuck them.
yeah. The ambulance bill is mean though. Yeah, so that's the latest on Frenchie, man. I don't see any more updates, man, about French Montana, man. Other than 10 people shot. That's all I see. 10 people shot. There's a bunch of videos going around. I can't show you the videos, man.
YouTube's watching as we speak, waiting for you to fuck up.
Yeah, I can't show you any of the videos, man. It's very, very, very graphic. What's up, Brown Sugar?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's
Good.
up?
Peace.
Yeah, man.
It'll probably be a bunch of stories going around now since French got away that he set somebody up.
Yeah, because they always got to blame it on
They
somebody.
always.
Yeah, especially if the Rob guy had died, the Rob 49 guy had died, it would have been like who he signed to. What's the one they always mess with? What's that one label they always say? Enterprise or some label where everybody dies on or some shit. Everybody that
You talking about who your Dolph signed to?
all them guys. A lot of people signed to this one label and they've been killed.
I can't think of the name. Empire, yeah.
Yeah, Empire. They all say he was signed to
And
Empire.
Gucci Mane too. Yeah, somebody said Gucci Mane. Yeah, you signed to Gucci Mane, you going to jail or you gonna die.
Or is it that the type of artists those guys, those people sign are really like son. I think that's what happens. They sign the realest of the Sunmen. They end up getting killed or end up killing somebody.
Memphis took a lot of L's this time
Yo
with all
Gotti.
of our rappers. You say
Yo
Yo Gotti?
Gotti's. Yeah.
And he didn't take a L. He got Angela Simmons.
That sounds like a headache, man. She sounds like a headache, man. She
Her baby daddy got shot to death.
Yeah, her baby daddy got killed in Atlanta in his driveway. Yeah, so it's like black death, man. That's the best thing going, man.
Some people do best.
Yeah, facts. We're very good at we're extremely good at that. I will give us that. We're extremely good at killing each
That's
other.
why I stopped watching the first 48.
Yeah.
Isn't it always in Memphis?
I just saw
Louisville. It'd be in Louisville
everywhere.
a lot. And Miami.
They
be
stopped coming to
dying with their
Memphis.
pants down. That's what
It'd be in Charlotte, Mecklenburg too. It'd be Charlotte, Mecklenburg, Miami, Louisville, and Memphis is like the four.
They don't come to Memphis no more. Ever since their mass killing.
Oh,
with
that
the
guy.
Johnson case, years ago, they don't come to Memphis no more.
Oh wow.
They're in Atlanta a good amount of time as well.
Yeah.
The detective, her son, they called him Mr. Shelby County. It was back in the day. Her son was called Mr. Shelby County. He was really handsome.
He got killed?
Nah, he still. I hope not. I don't know. I think he's still alive. I was like 20. He looked just like his mom. Everything, just a better looking male version of her. He was really sweet.
You see how he's always trying. You see how he's trying to keep her under control. Because she's bitching and she's moaning and she's arguing. So it's not like she just slapped him out of the blue. He's trying to. I've been here. Where you go out with your fucking wife. Hit one of you been there. You go out with your lady and then she turns into a fucking demon and shit. Or starts wanting to fight in public and wanting to argue. And you look around, everybody looks like they're having fun, and you're the only person in there that's fucking miserable because this bro wants to argue and fuss. He's holding her hands like, bitch, don't hit me. And I'm telling you, she hit him before. This is not the first time she hit him.
Oh yeah.
Look, he's trying to. Are you all right? Look, he's like, are you okay? Because you gotta keep fucking asking her. She's fucking acting like she's the sky's falling. He's like, are you okay? And he grabs her hand and she popped. That was a pop. She popped him good. If you're not expecting that, you know what I'm saying? If you, because he grabbed her left hand and she popped him with the right. That was a hard pop. That hurt. That stung. I'm not gonna say like it's a life-threatening thing, but that stung, man.
They must have been hammered to do that shit in public like that.
She got some fast
She
hands too,
definitely
yo.
was.
She smacked the shit out of him.
Yeah, she's done it before. I promise you, she's done it before.
Oh yeah. I wonder what he do. Look at another girl booty.
It could be anything with these fucking. He's married. When you married, that shit could have been something from like fucking 10 years ago or some shit. You never know what the fuck it was,
He
man.
said 10 years ago.
It could have been, man. Like shit, women are fucking crazy, man. When you're married to them, and then look how she.
You're right. They are crazy.
Yeah, look how she. And then she
We love
slapped. You look at her. He braced for it, but it's like he's like fuck. And then look at this shit. If think about it, he's a martial artist and he's a fighter too. In his
That
younger
looked
days,
like a reflex.
if he wanted to slap the shit out of her, if he wanted to slap her, he could have slapped her across the fucking room. That wasn't no big slap. That was a little teeny little slap, man. And he smacked her again just to let her know, like, don't come back for no more.
That's what he messed up at.
And then she's shoving him and pushing him. And then and all the black dudes is mad. Man, how come he ain't getting the same
I
thing?
seen that. I saw that. I'm like,
Right
what?
on QAC.
Yeah. But it's like, what the fuck? Y'all ain't got nothing better to talk about?
All these black women getting their brains blown out by their husband. then a man just drove his whole family off the cliff. I mean, what's worse?
Yeah,
Or
the
even the
Tesla.
Not
I'm
even that.
saying,
Not
they're
even
not
that.
even
What about
talking
the
about that.
athletes? What about the athletes alone? Not even like the common sun man, right? But what about those sun athletes go crazy?
They want him to be canceled. They're mad that he's not getting canceled.
Like
Why should
the Browns.
It's like he
like
didn't
the
stomp her to death.
right, like the Browns running back there. I forget his name right now. He's pretty good. Hunt
Yeah,
did,
Hunt.
right?
Yeah, he kicked that girl on the ground.
What about the Baltimore running back? What he did to that?
Well, he got canceled. He never played another down.
Oh, he didn't make it back?
Yeah, he never played another down in the NFL after that.
Oh, then I agree with the Sun Brothers then. We should cancel that and white bucket.
And they some hypocrites because I guarantee you they don't say anything about Blueface and Chrisean Rock, and Chrisean Rock, and they always fighting.
Yeah, and this woman, this guy is more dangerous than Blueface. This guy will kick Blueface's ass.
But
This
Blueface
is
will kill this
But
guy.
Blueface got had a murder charge
Yeah,
on
he'll
him.
kill
attempted murder.
Dana White.
Attempted murder.
Attempted.
Yeah, he shot him. He's out on them. He's out on bond for that right now.
But they're not talking about him, but they talking about this. And then some people see this at the club all the time.
Yeah, she slapped the shit out of him, but it's just crazy. Like you got like people like DL Fooley.
I hate him. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
girl. I don't hate him. I don't
Wait,
like him.
he
Me
wasn't
too.
always
Don't be
like that though,
sorry.
right? Ike? He wasn't like that a long time ago, right?
No,
I don't know. We don't know because
I don't-
we don't know. We
he
didn't
wasn't
have
the
internet.
same. He wasn't the same when he got after he got on CNN.
Yeah,
He had a
DL
CNN
Fooley
show.
He goes
is
hard in
mad.
the paint.
He's mad about this, man.
And I used to love his show. I used to watch every time he came home from school.
I can't stand him.
He be
The
saying some
TV
crazy
show
shit.
he had.
How's my sound?
Sounds good.
What's going on, world? It's your homie Sensei ripping them back again with another video. Today we got DL Hughley calling out the media on its lack of coverage on Dana White getting into a fight with his wife on New Year's Eve. That's right, y'all. For those who may have missed it, a video went viral showing the altercation between Dana White and his wife. Apparently, it's been reported they both were drunk. Some words were exchanged, and eventually Dana White gets slapped by his wife, and then he slaps her back. So moments ago, DL Hughley decided to call out the media and its lack of coverage on this whole issue via Instagram with a post that reads, "If Chris Brown, Bobby Brown, or Antonio Brown did what Dana White did, the media wouldn't stop talking about it. What can Brown do for you?"
Chris Brown, he beat the dog shit out of Rihanna.
Look how
And
stupid
wait a minute, I'm
he was
gonna come to Chris Brown's defense.
Me too.
Rihanna gave him an STD supposedly, and she hit him with the heel. And Rihanna is not a short female; she's like 5'9".
He beat the dog fuck out that little girl.
She beat him too. She fought him first.
They was fighting,
Yeah,
but
they
you
was
know
in that car
she a
fight.
Did you see
man.
her face? Nah, okay, I can't give that one.
He won.
He won the fight. They were
Yeah,
both
he
fighting,
won.
but
He just had to put all brown, and then white. Like,
and Chris
come on
Brown,
now.
that fight was so long ago. Oh my goodness,
No,
was like
DL
2009.
Nobody cares about that shit no more.
Yeah, so long ago. She had a baby. She moved on. She's a billionaire. He got that song out now that I like so much.
What song?
You know that Robitussin song? Under the Influence.
Man, DL, why'd you have to go on CNN? He was funny at one point. That's the crazy part. Now he's just annoying.
He wasn't in the
that
Kings
money
of
bag,
Comedy. He was in
man.
the
I
Kings of
don't know.
Comedy, right?
Then when I heard about his daughter and what happened with his friend and the daughter, that just really killed it for me. I'm like, I know it was something.
What happened with his friend?
The friend molested the daughter, and the daughter told him he didn't believe the daughter. He believed the friend over the daughter, like he took the friend's side or something like that. You have
Oh,
to
is
do the
this what
research
Monique
on that.
was talking about?
Yeah, it was out of line.
Oh my God!
I never knew that.
But you know he cheated on his wife and had a baby, and the baby died.
And he could hardly
No.
read. I don't like DL Hughley.
Hey, wasn't he a King of Comedy, Alec?
He was one of them.
Yeah, right.
He was one of them, right?
Yeah,
Or no?
he was
He
one of
found
them.
his way in there, but no.
But even back then, he wasn't saying crazy shit like he does now. I don't think.
No,
so.
he was funny. He talked about he had funny material. He was cool. Like I said, after he got on CNN, that's when he just changed.
Yeah, he had that show. Y'all remember that show? I can't think of the name of that show.
Yeah,
The
I know.
Hughley Show.
Yeah, I remember the Hughley
The
show.
Hughleys. That show was so funny.
Yeah.
Well,
And it
here's
was
the
a
thing.
black family.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that happens. Like with rappers, we're seeing that a lot with Killer Mike and T.I. and My Son and all these. Once your career's not popping anymore, you need another hustle.
Right.
And being a either a preacher or civil rights activist.
And that Soros money is long.
Yes.
Yeah, he just found a new revenue stream. That's all.
Yeah, and but this is so low IQ. Chris Brown, Bobby Brown, and Antonio Brown are all guys that in trouble all the time. You're comparing him to the not only the fucking commissioner, but isn't Dana White like the founder of UFC?
And then
Nah,
all
I
the
think
Brown,
so.
and then all the
He's
Browns
a
snout that
commissioner.
white too.
He's a commissioner of the of
Now,
USC.
he's the founder of it, though. He did found it, I believe. He built it. I know he definitely built it to what it
Yeah.
is today.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
He
but
just did
I
he just did a low hanging fruit joke by the Brown last names and Dana White.
Yeah, but
Oh,
like
he's
I
serious.
said, Chris Brown, coke addict. Bobby Brown used to be a coke addict. Antonio Brown, I'm sure he do coke,
I thought it was heroin. I thought Bobby was into heroin.
heroin, whatever. They all on drugs.
Listen, DL Hewley was not playing right there. I promise you, he
Right.
wasn't playing. I
No,
promise you, he was serious.
I believe you are. Alex, I listen to his. I actually hear his radio station out. I hear his radio show at work.
Yeah,
That's what I was about to
promise
say.
you.
What is he
It's
talking
it.
about?
I was about to say it sounds and reads silly to us, but there's a huge Sun audience that laps things like that up.
Did
If
you
they
see
didn't, he wouldn't put it out.
Did you say a huge? It's damn near. Oh,
Well, yeah.
is it not?
That was Jagged Edge. Something came across my timeline. It was very interesting. It was an article by the Los Angeles Times. And in this article, they laid out that several officers of the Torrance Police Department were involved in racist texting and threats and against Black people, of course, against Mexican people, against gay people. It's interesting in that, I mean, it's obviously an all too common occurrence. But Torrance is particularly emblematic of something I've always believed. I grew up in Los Angeles, and in an area called the Fives. It was 135th and Avalon, and there used to be a place. It was called the Del Amo Mall. At that point, it was the largest mall in the country. And to get to the Del Amo Mall from where I lived, you could go down Rosecrans, get on the 110 freeway, turn on Torrance Boulevard, and it would take you there. It was the most expeditious way to get there, right? But what we had to do, because we were Black and knew we would get harassed all the time by the Torrance Police Department, we'd go down Rosecrans all the way to Hawthorne Boulevard, and you would circumvent all that. Because every single time we went through, you were either beaten up, harassed, pulled out. They let you know that.
No, you were stopped, and then you resist, and then you either had a warrant or something, and then when it was time to arrest you, I don't believe that.
He probably lying like a.
Yeah,
he's lying.
Every time you went to Torrance, and listen, he was a gangbanger. He was on Vlad talking about how he used to gangbang when he was a teenager. So he was a little fucking Sun man himself.
He was a little hood booger.
Yeah, so he's trying to act like he's leaving that out of the story.
That you were not to come through. They said, "Nigga, don't come through here." Now those are exact words, and it happened several times. So imagine that I would see. I was a kid. I'm 58 years. I'm a kid some 40 some years ago. A teenager some 40 some years.
58
years ago, and these types of things are still happening. As a matter of fact, the Los Angeles Times did an expose on it, and it only came to light when the district attorney who tried to support
the people from LA come out here and like it don't have to be like really racist. It could be anything talking about Black people.
Right, like Big Shaq, who's a burglary offender.
Why he using his platform to talk about something that everybody already talking about? But then the same people that always screaming when Black women go missing, there's no media coverage. Okay, well use your whole freaking media coverage to talk about who the heck missing.
He didn't talk about that because think about it. If you talk about that, you're talking about Black men who are doing it.
Yeah, I mean he's just speaking to his audience.
Comedian and actor D.L. Hughley has been entertaining audiences for 3 decades now. One of the original kings of comedy, Hughley is also a New York Times best-selling author. Thank you very much. With a nationally syndicated radio
R.I.P.
show
Bernie
available in
Mac.
more than 60 markets. Thank you very much on that too. His new book is called, I love this title, Surrender White People, Our Unconditional Terms for Peace. D.L. Hughley joins us from his home in Los Angeles. Good
So
morning.
he gets to name his book Surrender White People. If a white comedian his book Surrender Black People, D.L. Hughley would have a conniption.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to be surrender Black. It doesn't have to be surrender Black people. It could be wake up Black people. Get yourself together.
Yeah,
you can.
Stop it, Black people.
It could have been positive. I love my Black people.
It could be.
And then,
What
like,
you mean you love us? We don't need your love. Why do we need?
why are you loving us?
they feel that we need white
Damn.
people's love. We
For
need white
real.
validation. He would be mad about anything. And here's the thing about it: he's literally flaunting his privilege. His
Yeah.
other book's name, what's the other book? He had
How
another
not to
book.
get shot or something.
How not to get
Yeah.
shot.
How not to get shot.
By
And he's
puppies.
not, hold on. He's not talking about the way 99.9% of black people get shot.
Right.
He's
That's
talking
not the
about that
hood manual.
0.01% of the way black people get shot.
Mm.
Listen, I read your book over the weekend, and
She
I'm so
lying.
conflicted because I found myself. Well, I found
Right.
myself laughing at times when I thought, should I be laughing at this? Starting with reparations. You said when it comes to reparations, so far the only thing Black America has gotten is Popeye's chicken. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the closest we came.
And
Because I
that didn't
remember
go
when
so well.
reparations talks were. It didn't, yeah. Reparations talks were hot and heavy, right? And then all of a sudden that chicken sandwich came out at Popeyes, and we haven't heard anything about it since. And they ran out of chicken when we started liking it. But I just the title is basically what's basically happening now. I started writing this book a year and a half ago, but basically it is about America giving up its white privilege and his idea what that means, and just letting everybody else be a part of the American experiment. And
You're on CBS this morning being interviewed by a black woman who's been on there for fucking 20 years, who fucking can't get fired. You're fucking been fucking making millions in fucking Hollywood for fucking
Had
30
your
years.
own show on a white network.
Hey, someone like
And
D.L. Hughley could have white people in chains and still complain.
And
I'm
some men was
telling you.
killing each other over that chicken sandwich too, talking about
Right.
reparations.
Right. I remember.
Yeah, they were definitely, yeah.
And
It
then
was
on the sandwich, only good at that first bite. After that, you still want a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Right. For real. It was better at Chick-fil-A.
I think the Popeye sandwiches is very good. I give them their props. I when I tasted it, I was like, oh wow, I
Chat,
see what.
hit one if the chicken.
No, I think Popeye. Everyone knows Popeye sandwich.
No,
We went from the
what do you think,
Popeye
Mossy?
sandwich to the
What do you think,
coronavirus.
Mossy?
I
Nah,
think
the original
Popeye's
Burger
chicken is
King
like
sandwich, the long one, that was the best.
no
Which
the
one?
hard
Chick-fil-A
the
or
hard
Popeye sandwich, Mossy? Right now, it's fire.
Chick-fil-A.
Bam.
But I would say over that the first time Hardee's came out the big chicken sandwich that was back in 2002. That was good. That's
No,
probably the
but
best.
what did you like the Popeyes, man? We ain't trying to talk about every chicken sandwich.
No,
Did you like the Popeyes one?
He said
No.
Chick-fil-A, Chief.
I said Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A be kind
Popeyes.
of dry to me, man. I mean, I like
What?
Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
It's
man, but
a white chicken sandwich. It's supposed to be dry.
Popeye's chicken
yeah,
is
man.
like 80% breading.
The only
It's
good
a
thing
black
about
chicken
Chick-fil-A
sandwich.
is the sauce, and all that is mustard mixed with barbecue sauce. That's all that Chick-fil-A sauce is.
Okay, well, I think that the Popeye sandwich was very good, and I loved it, man. And I'll get one from time to time. But let's see what this clown is talking about.
America giving up its white privilege and his idea what that means, and just letting everybody else be a part of the American experiment. And I think had I known that all of this, that NASCAR would be talking about Black Lives Matter, that the NFL would recognize Juneteenth, and that people would be saying Black Lives Matter in all kind of arenas that you never imagined it would have been a shock. But the book basically is asking them what they're starting to do now.
But that's what I think is so interesting, DL. You started writing this a year and a half ago, certainly not knowing that it would be as relevant as it is today.
They said the volume low.
Yeah, but the thing about race in America.
Yeah, let me go to another clip of him running his mouth about some stupid shit.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, man, for having me.
So good to have you here.
You interestingly, you were talking about Peter Strzok, who raised $500,000.
So yeah, you see this clown right here. As soon as fucking George Floyd happened, he grew out a fucking nappy afro.
Right.
Yeah.
But another example of this racist ass country, right? This guy has that show, The Daily Show.
Yeah.
And he half white.
Yeah, this guy is he leaned into that black shit. He leaned all the way in.
Right.
You know, the cop that shot Darren Wilson raised that shot Mike Brown, Darren Wilson raised $1.2 million.
Wait, the cop raised $1.2 million?
$1.2 million.
For what?
For killing Michael Brown. His GoFundMe.
And
I know that's right.
It was for his defense, you idiot. Trying to make it seem like people was like, "Oh, you killed that black kid.
Right.
Here's some money." It was for his defense because he was innocent.
$1.2 million.
Wait, the cop raised $1.2 million?
$1.2 million.
For what?
For killing Michael Brown.
and he don't give a flying flip.
$1.2 million. So if you think hating Trump is bad, hating the black dude is way more lucrative.
That's a perfect segue to get into this book.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what this book is all about. How not to get shot and other advice from white people.
Yeah. Well,
where did the book come from?
Well, I was on Megyn Kelly's show. Remember when she was at Fox before she stopped being a racist and moved to NBC?
He's just going around. This is defamation and slander.
And special needs.
Yeah, but the thing is this: who is buying that book? Sun people.
No,
So
they're not.
also,
That's white people. This is like race to
white
dinner.
liberals.
This is race to dinner type shit, man.
you all don't think that some people are buying a book that's
Some
people in college, yeah.
I think
black
so.
women.
Black
Black women.
they are.
I don't think one black dude bought that book. I think black women.
Unless
they buy
they're in
that.
college, yeah.
well, there's some people. The
No,
people
but-
who listen to his radio station bought that book up en masse.
Well, he's the New York Times bestseller, so that means white people bought it. He wouldn't be a New York Times bestseller if it was only black people buying it.
I didn't say only. I didn't say
Black
only.
people too busy buying Zane books still.
Yeah, man.
We'll put it like this. Now I know some people bought that book for it to make a difference.
I might
No,
buy
they
it.
no, you know why they bought it? This is why they bought it, Mossy. Because it feeds into their narrative of what's wrong in their community. That's why they bought it. Because they're going to stay hooked onto the BS that, oh yeah, the real issue in our community are these racist white police who keep murdering us and killing, shooting us. Versus looking at the root issue and saying, no, it's actually us doing the worst to us. That's why they're buying that book, because it further allows them to believe that.
His crowd, though, the D.L. Hughley crowd that'll listen to his radio show, that's the crowd of black people that have the least contact with police officers. That boule, bougie, middle class, suburban black crowd, he's not. Hood boogers aren't listening to fucking D.L. Hughley show or reading his books.
I don't know about that, because okay, well, do you think bourgeoisie people are the main people in the audience when he was having his shows?
No, hold on. What I'm saying is now. I'm not talking about King of Comedy days. I'm talking about right now. Well, he's the way with D.L. Hughley now. You got to have some kind of education or some black education to look. The hood book has got the Hebrew Israelites and they got Dr. Umar and shit like that. This is a different crowd. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, WP, do you think the thugs fuck with this? I don't think they do.
No.
Not the skinny jean thugs on the corner.
And they don't either, man.
But the people who listen to his radio station are working class Sun people.
That's it. They're the ones that least likely to have interaction with the police.
Right, that's what he did. That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah.
That's what I said.
And we had this heated argument, because there's never been, I think America has never seen a young black man or woman killed by the police that were so appalled that were driven to action.
It's a little long.
Frustrating conversation. Rather than get frustrated,
This is. Oh, okay. Damn. I didn't know how to.
I wrote a book about it.
And you wrote the book from the perspective of somebody who's taking the advice that you've seen doled out by white people repeatedly after a shooting or after an incident. It's always advice on what black people are doing wrong.
Well, white people have been getting advice since we first got here. So, I figure they're adept at it. But it's like when I hear these things, like these nonsensical arguments, like white supremacists, we want our country back. Like, as I recall, when you had the country to yourself, you invited us to the party. Like, we didn't.
Yeah, and that was a huge mistake, man. Like, I mean, hit one, all my gliders, man, if you regret that. Hit one if you regret that. I mean, like, inviting us to the party, man.
I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. Shit.
I
I'm
mean,
glad I'm here.
Are you FBA, Mossy? You're FBA?
I'm an indigenous Aborigine.
Are you a foundational black, whatever it's called?
I'm a fucking American. That's what I'm at. That's what I am.
But you know what I'm asking you, though, right?
I get what you're saying, but ultimately I'm American.
I agree, but would they consider you FBA or whatever it is?
They call me a coon.
Well, no, I know they will call you that for sure. But yeah, it's all right.
Foundational Black American, I suppose.
So your ancestors were slaves.
My ancestors were either slaves, free, or slave owners, because there were blacks that owned slaves in the South. 2% of slave owners, which was a very small percentage already, were black slave owners. So who knows? I could have had family that come from that. I could have also had family who was free.
So your family didn't migrate here is what I'm wondering, right?
No, for the most part, most of my family came from the South. But
yeah,
go ahead,
man. No. I'm just saying it's just weird that he's on the TV like talking cash shit about white people.
It's not hard from white to go to black and from black to turn white down the generations.
Yeah, it takes a couple.
A couple. Yeah.
If I have a baby with a white girl, and then that kid grows up to have a baby with a white person, like it's a finito. To me, that's
the
it.
baby gonna be white after a while. Vice versa.
You know, some black people like to think that baby's still black because 1%, one drop rule. But I don't do the one drop rule because y'all begged to be out of slavery. Now you out of slavery, but you don't do the one drop rule. It's crazy, but
we didn't book a cruise here because we heard they was hiring. Oh, yeah. Get on the boat. They're hiring in America.
That's what they're saying.
People have these warped notions of what they would do, and if you would just cooperate, or if you would. But I think that ultimately people just aren't uncomfortable with black people or people of color being killed by the police. It's just, I think they think that that's how it's supposed to go. No one likes to see a cow mutilated, but they don't mind eating a steak.
Do you think that? I mean,
what the fuck? First of all, everybody for some odd reason hates a son man getting shot by the police. Even though it's the necessary. I can't even call it evil. Like these, 99% of the time, the niggas supposed to get their shit blown off.
Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel. Listen, man. I agree, man. I think people there's this notion that people just love to see that. First off, people hate it because they know that the fucking town's gonna burn down or people gonna be fucking blocking traffic. Like all this residual shit that goes with it. And you know what I'm saying? And then also that if there's a cop shooting a son man in your town, that you got a lot of fucking crime there, man. Because it takes a certain level of crime just for one son man to get shot, there's gotta be like 50 hoods in your city. You know what I'm saying? Like look at all the cities where it happened. Ferguson. Fucking what's the other one? Minneapolis, Staten Island, all these places where these sunmen are getting killed. These places got hoods upon hoods upon hoods and sunmen upon sunmen. It's no sunmen aren't getting killed in places where it's just a couple of sunmen. They're getting killed in places where it's like a deep, long history of fucking sunmen. The rappers have come out of that town and all this other bullshit.
I mean that speaks to, in many ways, Black Lives Matter, and what the conversation was about is that we've gotten so used to seeing black bodies traumatized that as people, both black and white, we have lost the notion of what the value of a black person is. Well, like to a certain extent, like I
don't know that we can say America ever had it. Like that's
interesting.
That's interesting. No, that's not interesting. The fucking lie.
Did we go to war for something like that?
And who came up with this term black bodies? Like they just say that shit. It's like their little word. Like
yeah.
Because they themselves don't believe blacks have independent thought. All they are is just a monolith.
Yeah,
they're just a body. That's it. They're a body of this. They're a body of what we say they are.
Right. But again, guys, outside of this bubble, what they're saying is like the thing, right? Is it not?
And this is pretty mainstream. Yeah, it's just mainstream black talk.
If it wasn't for black people, they'll be in Africa in a hut having this conversation right now.
They also use that black bodies term because they know that will trigger some people and it emotionally attaches them to it. And so if you get them emotionally attached and emotionally invested in these type things, these words, as soon as they hear it, they immediately go back to that victimization mode.
That was that was in the song "Strange Fruit." Black bodies swinging in the breeze.
Right.
Yes.
I just remember that.
Yes. So it's
when we're.
Yeah, I think I get it, man. I understand.
Well, there's a time and a place to do it, but the only time white people watch black people is if we're singing, dancing, running the football. Like that's
all y'all
the other
do.
times they're not gonna.
Yeah, like those are the career profession that you're good at. Like
that's the only thing y'all good at, though. So
yeah, that you're
what are you
better
talking
than every.
about?
That's the
I wouldn't say
better,
good
better,
at.
yeah, better than everybody else.
Yeah,
in.
those are
Right,
the only. Yeah, those are the only things you're better than everybody else at. You're good at other things, just not
yeah,
better than.
but collectively we're good at that.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you. That's the only things you excel at. So I mean, like, why would anybody like who
And
wants
what's
to?
wrong with that? Just embrace. If that's what we good at collectively, fine. Embrace that. What is he mad?
He's mad because he wants to be a master.
I
He
think
wants to be a
nobody has
master.
more invested in black people being treated fairly than football players. Like,
right?
Because if you're big, you're black, you're fast, you're strong. That works great on Sunday, but on Monday,
that's like you're in the wrong place.
It's the reason they acquit.
Right. You had an encounter with the police when you were what? 8 years old?
Well, 8
that was
years
your
old.
first. That was your first encounter with the police.
Yeah, I was 8 years old. I grew up on 135th and Avalon. I'm coming from. From
Which is a fucking degenerate. That 135th and Avalon is a fucking slum.
Yeah, it's a shithole for real.
Like he's from, and he's so proud to be from there. You know what I'm saying? He's so proud to be from there that it's like that's the Sun Man shit. You proud to be from a fucking shithole.
I bet you he never go back.
Yeah.
And he's what, 58? So that's 50 years ago. Why he bring up something that happened 50 years ago?
Because that's what gives him the street cred in the Blackistan.
Okay, when he was 8 years old, he met a rotten cop 50 years ago. Boo-hoo, you're a millionaire. Who cares?
Well, the point he just said is very true, though. It gives him a lot of respect.
Well, first of all, the story he's about to tell, I don't even know what it is, but it's not true. Whatever he's going to say is bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
He just
first of all,
added to over the years.
How the fuck you know what happened when you was 8 like that 50 years ago? Because it was just so traumatic. Man, listen, he's a pussy. He know it. You know, he just got to do what he do.
He don't even talk about how his child died.
Free lunch in the summer, and the police pull up, and they pull up to me and my friend, and they're asking us questions about a cat that live in my neighborhood. And they're like, "Where is he?" And like, we don't know. And they like, "Put your hands on the car." And I said, "Sir, this car is hot." And he said, "Nigga, if you take your hands off this car, I'm gonna blow your head off." Now, I'm 8 years old. Flash 2.
I told you, horse shit. That's horse shit.
I bet a black cop told him that too.
They pull up to me and my friend, and they're asking us questions about a cat that live in my neighborhood. And they're like, "Where is he?" And like, we don't know. And they like, "Put your hands on the car." And I said, "Sir, this car is hot." And he said, "Nigga, if you take your hands off this car, I'm gonna blow your head off." Now, I'm 8 years old. Flash 2, a couple of weeks ago.
White people hear this shit. White people hear this shit, right? White people hear this shit, and they're not from the community, and he's a respectable guy. And no one's challenging it. So like they're like, "Hey, baby, that's really what happened." No one's challenging this guy.
Because police ask 8-year-olds where suspects are, because that's what they just do. You know what I'm saying? Like
you didn't ask about where a cat is.
I mean, to be honest, that happened to me when I was a kid.
Well, when they asked, they suspect that he was a lookout because gangs always had little kids for that reason.
Nah, it ain't that deep, man. Listen,
he's talking about real people and human.
Yeah, but listen. He not only that, he got tortured. So he was told to put his hand on a hot car, which is torture. So he was being tortured publicly.
Something like that happened to me when I was a kid. I don't know that it didn't happen to him.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to me too. But everybody got tortured by the police in public, looking for a criminal suspect when they were.
Was it a cat, a real cat, or a human cat?
I don't know.
Free lunch
Like
in
a
the summer
cat
and the police.
animal, you know what I'm talking about? Or like
Yeah.
a cat, like a man.
That cat.
Yeah.
You had an encounter with the police when you were what? 8 years old?
Well, 8
That was
years
your
old.
first. That was your first encounter with the police.
Yeah, I was 8 years old. I grew up on 135th and Avalon. I'm coming from school, getting a free lunch in the summer, and the police pull up and they pull up to me and my friend, and they're asking us questions about a cat that live in my neighborhood. And they're like, "Where is he?" And like, we don't know. And they like, "Put your hands on the car." And I said, "Sir, this car is hot." And he said, "Nigga, if you take your hands off this car, I'm gonna blow your head off." Now, 8 years old. Flash to, a couple of weeks ago when a young kid in Chicago, 10 years old, is handcuffed and peeing on himself.
Right.
And I think that was my first experience, and I'll never forget it. And I'm sure he never will either.
Right, and that shapes a relationship that people have, and it's funny. I always try and have this conversation with people where I go, the shootings that you see are generally like the last straw. That's like the final step, but there is so much along the way. You see so many people having these interactions with police. When you move through the book and when you talk about these things, there's one theme I notice you have, and that is talking about police interacting with Black people who have disabilities, with Black people who may have mental disabilities or mental issues.
Hey, they couldn't help it. They couldn't help. They're kind of telling the truth though when they say it, but not for the right reason.
And in the book, you talk about you dedicate the book to your son.
Yes, who my son has Asperger's syndrome. He's a very fit kid, and and my concern. I think like when people say, like people always say, teach your children to be afraid to respect the police. I think Black people teach our kids to fear the police. It's like they're going outside. I want you to don't look them in the eye, don't move fast,
right.
don't.
No.
What Black kid do you ever see respect that girl kicking the shit out of the police officer in Staten Island the other day?
Right.
What the fuck is he? This is such horse shit. Like he can't even recall this from his mind's eye. His mom saying, "Don't look the police in the eye." Whoever got told that? What the fuck are you talking about?
You look suspicious when you don't look him in the eye.
Don't look him in the eye. Salute to Dilbert Gig, man, with the PayPal, man. Salute to you, bro. What the fuck is this horse shit?
Black parents tell you shit like don't steal shit.
Yeah.
Don't hang out with them niggas over there.
Don't touch nothing in the store.
Yeah, shit like that.
Take that hood off your head.
Yeah. All this talk about the cops. I just missed that, man. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, there was the potential for interactions with police because the the neighborhoods are fucking crime ridden. But there wasn't all this consternation about if a police come to you, just look down the ground. Don't say nothing. Man, nah, it wasn't all that shit, man. Come on, man. What the fuck is he talking about?
Run.
Kids learn
Dad,
that
I'm
more
going
from the
safari.
media
No,
than
you going to the
anything else.
driveway. So
Right.
I think that we tried to instill a sense of fear in them because we don't want anything to happen to them. But you're more likely to be hurt or killed or have a negative interaction with the police if you're mentally, emotionally, or physically handicapped. They get shot more.
Why do you think that worries you more for your son as someone who has Asperger's?
Because I think that sometimes my son has a hard time listening to me. I think first off, when you're a young man, you can't listen to instructions anyway. So I don't even know if it has anything to do with him having a mental disability. A kid, but the fear is that you don't want them to see that as defiance, and defiance costs. Like in America, it's okay for somebody to get killed if they're defiant. They'll go, well, why didn't you just do what they said? Why were you defiant? Why did you talk? And you never want to. I don't want to be one of those guys who's showing pictures so I can humanize my son. And so I always try to sit and sense a sense of fear in him. But ultimately, the book is just it really is not an indictment of a society; it's an inspection.
when you look at the book from cover to cover, what do you hope people will take away from it? Because some might say, but like DL, I already know this morbid world that we're living in. I already know the harsh realities.
This morbid world we're living in. Jesus Christ.
I understand how. Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. I used to work with disabled men, and they had autism, things of that nature, and their parents really was like genuinely afraid that if they had interact with the police, that the police wouldn't know that they're mentally handicapped. But the people that's getting shot by the police, they're not autistic.
George
They're not
Floyd wasn't
mentally challenged.
autistic. Which one of these guys, Rashad Brooks, that Blake, which one of these guys was autistic? That the famous ones, the
all of them niggas.
Yeah. But it's just
Well,
like
how's a cop supposed to know somebody's mentally disabled? That's why they call it a mental freaking disability.
Well,
it
they're
can't be
supposed to call a
seen.
counselor before they do anything, Mayo.
Yeah, this
I mean,
You know someone that's autistic. You know someone that's mentally challenged. They should get trained. They should be trained to know when they encounter somebody like that.
how far into the conversation before it reaches violence?
Well, I mean, usually,
like we said, the cops aren't out here, but the cops aren't out here blasting fucking autistic kids every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
let's be honest.
I think what you have, you have two situations, right? You have the mom who calls the police to the home, and my son's autistic. He's tearing up shit, or he's assaulting us. And then you have just a fucking autistic guy who might not be all the way on the spectrum, but he's in the fucking street, and the cops are fucking approaching him as a standalone guy. They're not getting the mom on the phone telling the dispatcher he has fucking Asperger's or no shit. He's just some fucking guy who's breaking windows, and the cops roll up.
And usually it's schizos.
And first of all, you know how much shit you have to do to get the police attention these days? Like, they're not just running down on you for just any regular thing. Ain't no stop and frisk. Ain't no, hey, look at you sketchy looking sunteens over there. No, ain't none of that shit. They're like carjacking motherfuckers and shooting people. Like, real shit.
Bro, that's true though. Like, police are not sweating people, and it hasn't been that way for a while. I never saw it. I saw niggas niggas maybe in the projects, hanging out, but they're hanging out all day. Like, it wouldn't be like they don't. This is the one thing about some people. They don't look at the nuance of the situation, right? So some man might be hanging out in the projects all day, right? And their clique might not even be beefing, but it may be a clique in the other building that's beefing, and they're shooting at somebody, and they're going back and forth with whoever they're having problems with. And these niggas, they sitting here, and their little building, they not having no problems with nobody. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? But the police come through, and the police might come through every day or something, and one of those days they might ask them, did they see? Man, no, we ain't see shit, man. Fuck out of here, man. Police always come over and ask us questions. Well, you're sitting right there all day, every day, in a place where there's shootings almost every day. Like, it's not like you're sitting somewhere where there's no shootings and police are coming up and fucking with you. You're sitting right in the middle of it. Some men don't understand nuance in the particulars, man.
What am I getting from the book that I may not be getting from everyone else's conversations?
Well, first off, a laugh, because it's very funny. I know it doesn't seem like it right now. It's great. But second, I think that you'll recognize some things. The only way that we can guarantee that there are not these, like, we can't keep having these kinds of things happen and everybody kind of go, that's the way things are. Because we can't pretend to be a society. You can't say in a society that we're all about justice and you're innocent until proven guilty, but an officer can summarily slaughter someone on the streets and no one be about to account to. Even if we know that they did it, like Philando Castile, he didn't break the law. We saw what happened. Right. We weren't uncomfortable with it. I tell you what, the most dangerous place.
He was breaking the law, though.
He was breaking the law.
Hold on, though. But he said we weren't uncomfortable with it. They were fucking protests for fucking.
People was uncomfortable.
What law did he break?
He was carrying a gun while carrying marijuana illegally.
He got shot in front of his child.
He was an illegal user of marijuana in possession of a gun, too.
And then he told the cop about the gun, and the cop said, "Well, just stay there." And he was like, "Well, wait, I'll get it." And he starts reaching for it and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that's not one that I necessarily agree with, but Mayo, even if he did have the weed on him, when the cop aired him out, the cop didn't know it.
No, he said he wasn't breaking the law.
He reached for a
I
gun
saw
when the
video,
cop
I saw
told
the
him
video.
not to.
The Fernando Castillo told the cop, "I have a gun on me. It's right
Yes.
here."
And the cop told him not to reach for it.
If you're scared, go to church. That's all I'm
No, the question was, did he break the law? He was breaking the law. And that's, I mean, that's it. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not, but that's
Well, it's
he was
almost
breaking
it's
the law.
almost irrelevant to when the cop aired him out.
He was breaking the law being with that ugly woman, man.
Yeah.
That
lied and said she was his
If you're
fiance.
scared, go to church. If you're scared, go to church.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing about DL is like he'll make a big fuss about this, about fucking Sunman that he doesn't know, that he has no tie to. But then what do you think he would do if a comedian got killed, let's say a few days ago? Let's see if DL Hughley would make a statement, because I looked on his page, there was no statement about this comedian who was killed in New Orleans a few days ago.
Of course not.
Family, friends, and fellow entertainers gathered today to remember comedian Brandon Boogie B. Montrell. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Devin Bartolotta. Katie is off tonight. Montrell was gunned down in late December. Police say he was an innocent bystander. And tonight there was an update in his case. Police have identified a suspect and issued an arrest warrant, but they are tight-lipped about any details.
Well, this news breaks on the day the 43-year-old was laid to rest. Mac Ferris was there as loved ones said goodbye.
It was a New Orleans-style send-off on a beautiful day, but this celebration of life was for one taken far too soon.
It's probably the best thing that I could ever think for him to go out like this. It's beautiful. A lot of
What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
The best thing for him to go out is death. Some people are so lost.
I think he talking about the funeral.
Yeah, but it's still like
Yeah, but
it's still the wording, the wording and the mind. It speaks. Words are a window to your mind. It just is, man.
yes.
The best way to go out is surrounded by your friends and family in peace.
Yeah, at like 95 years old.
Right,
All
or
like
in your
Betty
sleep.
White and shit. Yeah, this is not a good way to go out, man. Sitting in your car, fucking like, you know what I'm saying, in a white neighborhood and shit, and two sun teens fucking shooting at each other, kill you. It's not a good way to go.
I think for him to go out like this is beautiful. A lot of he's superstar. They stop in traffic for him. I don't think there's anything better. This made me real happy today, just to see so many people that loved him and so many hearts he touched.
Brandon Washington is one of Brandon Boogie B. Montrell's 5 children. Their father was only 43 years old. The comedian was shot and killed 2 days before Christmas while in a car in the parking lot of the downtown Rouse's Grocery. Police don't think the bullet was meant for him.
It totally saddens me because that should not have been. And to come home and be gone.
Monica Emery is from L.A. She says she was part of the old Def Comedy Jam days and says that Boogie B was not only a cultural ambassador for Louisiana, but had the talent to make it big.
This is difficult. This is difficult because he was a bright, shining light. Even though he was not a part of those days, he was up and coming, and for sure to be a bright, shining light within the comedy community.
At the service before the second line, fellow comedians told stories that made mourners laugh about their friend. But
Where's DL Hughley, man? Send him some flowers. Send some flowers, DL. You didn't gotta fucking make a statement and shit. You didn't gotta
make a tweet. Tweet this guy.
And what part of LA you think DL lives in now?
The Clatter part?
Orange County.
Yeah, exactly.
He too busy to worry about a white man slapping his wife up, and he got somebody in his profession that just got murdered for no reason.
Yeah, like and this is a guy who lived in LA because he's a comedian. So there's the connection there. Like it's not like if you want to say, well, man, New Orleans, man, that is far from LA. The guy literally was in town for a few days from LA.
M626M said DL sent his book.
Sent a copy of his book. That's funny, man.
Or what about the Memphis comedian? I remember him. That made a joke about Dolphin. They clubbed him.
Yeah.
Dale Hewley didn't. I bet he didn't say a word
And
about
his sister said he was gonna get killed anyway.
Yes. That guy was already out there in the streets, but
nonetheless, though, I mean, where's Dale Hewley?
Salute to Nelson Omuto, man. Yeah, man, I had to torture y'all with that DL Hughley, man. And Trevor Noah, DL Hughley, yeah, that is pretty much torture. It's like putting your hands on a hot car.
Of a friend who's no longer here hit hard. This speaker said, as comedians,
Man,
we
that
work.
motherfucker look like LeBron right there, man. He look like a young LeBron and shit.
Comedians, we work so hard for a standing ovation. Then his voice cracked, and he asked for one for his friend.
Right now, could y'all just give my voice?
It lasted 25 seconds. Meg Farris, Eyewitness News.
Now, again, one suspect has been identified in Boogie B's death. Interim NOPD Superintendent Michelle Woodfork made that announcement earlier this afternoon. She told us an arrest warrant had been secured, but the
black female police chief check.
They have yet to catch that suspect. So they initially released these pictures of these two suspects that's on your screen. It's unclear which, if either of these people is the person who was identified. But now because of that, we wanted to make sure to show you these pictures again. So take a look at your screen right now, since police are still trying to figure out who at least one of them is. Yesterday,
think about it. These two submen were in a fucking white neighborhood. They had a strip mall in a white neighborhood. Maybe there's some kind of like shoe store there or something that brought them there. I don't know, but they see each other. They start shooting at each other. Neither one of them is hit. They leave the scene. They don't even know that they killed somebody.
Right. I wonder where the gun was like.
In that backpack right there.
But we want constitutional carry though. Right. When these clowns are out here fucking dumber than
they're already doing it.
They'll do it more, Marcy.
Oh my goodness, they're already doing it.
They will do it more, Marcy. Guaranteed.
Do what more? They doing it like they don't care. Criminals don't care about rules and laws.
Yeah. So many people
that's hamstring don't know any of this shit is even going on. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like
they don't know what constitutional carry is. They ain't watching the news.
No, if they did, they don't give a fuck.
Marcy, these guys are dumb. I give you that, but they're not that dumb. They know what's going on.
No, all they know is spinning the block on ops, and anyone else, anyone who just gets in the way of their bullets.
They know what's going on, man. They know what's going on, Marcy.
They don't care.
We were also notified about another person.
God, is that you, Brown Sugar?
Yeah, I love attacking the black woman.
I mean,
See, I'm gonna bring up my black woman card out now.
You said you was cute, so I mean, I'm figuring that's what's.
I look nothing like this helpful. I'm pretty. She looks
and
goofy.
now the real hate comes out for the black woman.
Yeah, this the hate. They hate the black woman.
The hate for that blonde hair.
Black body.
Man? What's wrong with her, man? She looks
black bodies.
Now she just needs some makeup. Look straight at the camera.
Hit one if you smash, man. One if you smash. Two if you gonna pass on that.
I wonder if she's natural blonde.
You got to see the rest of her to know.
That's true. Facts.
Yeah,
and that could be a whole 400 pounds under there.
Broussard is not wanted on any criminal charges, but we're told that she may have some information about what exactly happened. The NOPD says Broussard drove away in this 2020 silver Honda Accord Sport. If you have seen this car or know where Broussard might be or know anything about the suspect's arrest, to call the homicide unit or Crime Stoppers to make an anonymous tip. That number is 504-822-1111.
No comment on
That's
that.
you, awkward there.
Oh, this guy right here, yeah. That's me about 20 years. That's me about maybe 15, 20 years. But I don't shave, man. I don't shave. I got American Dad face, man. I can't shave, man.
Community heartbroken tonight. There are growing demands for justice after a 16-year-old Baltimore student is killed across from his high school. Hello, I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Vic Carter. Right now, police are still searching for two suspects believed to be involved in the shooting that killed the Edmondson West Side high school student and injured four others.
Well, we have live team coverage tonight. Jessica Albert is digging into the ongoing crime issues at the shopping center. But we begin with WJZ investigator Mike Helgren and the family's message. Mike?
Denise, Vic, the victim's aunt, told me she is heartbroken. She has no idea why someone would want to hurt her nephew. She says he was shot more than a dozen times.
Jesus Christ. Shot that little boy a dozen times.
I gotta see his IG, then I can tell you a lot.
Yeah.
Family members of Deontay Dorsey prayed for strength at the Edmondson Village Shopping Center one day after the 16-year-old was killed there, just as they prayed last night. Dorsey is one of 5 Edmondson West Side high school students shot in the middle of the day Wednesday. His aunt wants justice.
We are hurt with this senseless crime that has happened yesterday, not just for Deontay, but for all the other children involved.
Shortly after the shooting, she told WJZ a staggering number of bullets struck her nephew.
I was told he was shot 18 times, and for my 16-year-old nephew to be shot 18
God, dog.
Oh my goodness.
They out here and listen. So you're telling me, I get where you guys come from. Like oh, they would be doing this anyway. But there's a different posture a Son Thug has when he can carry a gun and not have to worry about a cop pressing him out over it, or when he has to kind of be sneaky about it. Once they open the floodgates where you don't have to be sneaky about carrying guns, you won't see. You won't see, man.
What's the blackest state in America? Mississippi?
Oh,
Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have constitutional carry, man, and the apocalypse has not happened.
Well, yes, it has. Did you see the video in Jackson, Mississippi?
It looks no different than it did 2-3 years ago, except for more
Right,
often. It has
more,
nothing to do with,
more.
but it has nothing to do with constitutional carry. Every place is up.
They're still not brave enough to carry openly. They still tuck their stuff in. They still hide it. So that's why I said constitutional carry or not, they're still going to be doing whatever. They're still going to do whatever.
Yeah, the gun's gonna be there, and they not think. I'm telling you, they don't look at anything that you think they. I mean, nothing. Like if it's not rap video or some like crazy shit on the internet, they're not paying attention. They still think that they're criminals with guns, so they're gonna be a little cautious anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the word's going to spread on the streets that we can carry these things, right?
Yeah.
But a shout out to all the parents. My heart goes out to all of y'all.
The teenager's stepmother is devastated.
I didn't birth him, but I had him since he was 4 months old. He didn't deserve this. He was only 16 years old. He was a good boy. He wasn't in trouble. He didn't mess with nobody or none of that. He didn't deserve none of
Sound
that.
like she lying.
School didn't.
You think she lying?
Yeah.
She could be telling the truth. It could be a senseless beef over something stupid. What you looking at?
The way she said it, though, she was like, he didn't mess with nobody.
Yes, she didn't say he's involved in that. Normally, like you play sports or you got some going on that they can talk about if you're not really out here wilding. When you ain't doing jack shit, what else are you doing?
But she ain't got no fucking clue what he's doing outside the house.
She don't have
Be honest.
I have a tracking device on my son. Wherever he go, I know where the heck he at.
Yeah, I know my kids at all times too.
Yeah, I mean, this kid, he could have been just an innocent bystander. We see that all the time. That's maybe what she's talking about. But I tend to think that he was
innocent bystander shot 18 times.
Yeah,
or it could be,
I don't know.
Or
No,
it could be,
That sounds like a Clinton suicide.
that sounds like a standover. Somebody stared over him.
Yeah.
Let's just air the car. I mean, was he shot outside of a car or inside of a car? Because remember the house that got shot up and it was the wrong house?
That's about to say it could be a
though,
misidentification.
The 18
Yeah.
times it makes it hard to be a it's
Yeah.
hard to get hit 18 times by Sunday.
Hey,
Like-
Marcy, so Marcy, with the guns that I forget the term that you just basically lightly touch the trigger and multiple bullets come out at a time. What do they call?
That's so you just
Switch,
if you
Switches. Yeah, that's it. The
yeah
switch.
if you
So
pull the
with
trigger once, it's a machine. If you pull the trigger once and it just keeps firing, then it's a machine. It'd be a machine gun. It'd be full auto.
so my question is, so they said he was hit how many times?
18
So if they had a switch, about how many seconds would it take to get approximate? How many seconds would it take for 18 bullets to get out that gun?
between 2 and 3.
See,
If
so
it was a 30,
When you say, I hear you, Ox. So when you say that's a lot and a lot of time, but look, like I said, it's only going to take 1, 2, maybe, and then stop, and then all those bullets are in that person.
Yeah.
No, but for
That's
all
scary.
of them to go into that one boy, though.
Yeah, impossible. Master, you and I both know they're not gonna 18.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of target practice that they don't use.
Yeah,
So
That's standing over.
Unless they just walked up and dumped on him.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
walked up to his face, then that's
That's
pretty.
standing. They stood
But
over.
didn't they hit like 4 or 5 other Sun teams or something like that? So they were
but
probably like in the
they
immediate
probably got
vicinity.
hit with ricochets and shrapnel.
I've shot machine guns before, and it doesn't. If you're up close, it doesn't take much to put. Even it doesn't take much to put the whole magazine into a man-sized target. So that's what I said. It was if he was I thought he was in a car because that make a lot of sense. If he was sitting in a car and someone just come up to him in the car, then he's really not going anywhere unless the car is moving, and you just air the car out. If it's someone standing over you, and just squeeze the trigger and they have a switch in their gun, yeah, they can easily dump 18 rounds into somebody, even from a moderate distance like 5 feet or even 5 yards. You can do that.
I wonder what Mac Knight thinks. I wonder what Mac Knight's opinion on this is.
Make sure you use the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel. Go ahead.
The other night, I said that the 2018 homicide rate for the U.S. was at like 4.8. Well, I did some more digging, and the most recent one I could find was a CNN article. And for 2021, it's estimated that the homicide rate here in the U.S. was 7.9 out of 100,000.
Wow, it's going up considerably. Take the $5 challenge, man. Start the $5 challenge, guys. Let's see if we can get a $5 challenge started. This is fucking very, very illuminating seeing these people talking. I actually like seeing these people talk more than the newspaper.
Call, the police never came. We found out through his friends calling. That's how we found out that my son had been shot. This is not right nor fair.
No arrests have been made, and police have released little information about the investigation. The killing happened outside of Popeye's restaurant in the troubled shopping plaza across the street from the high school, which the mayor has criticized for serving students during school hours.
Skipping school or cutting class during lunch should not result in a death sentence.
Former prosecutor Theroux Vigneron.
So he was doing something bad.
Right,
he was at Popeyes. He was at Popeyes.
He was skipping school though.
Yeah, he did school.
Yeah, and cutting class.
Which is not a death. It's not a death sentence. It's not.
No,
It is obedience
in
better
the
than sacrifice.
in the stand it is apparently.
So silly.
In black in the Sun is stand it's a death sentence apparently.
Yeah.
Roger represents the family.
We want this case to be treated like it was a mass shooting in Canton or Federal
Florida
Hill
Gardens?
or the Inner Harbor.
But they can't because there's one shooting every once in a blue moon in those places, and people get killed every fucking other day in these other places. It's such a stupid fucking thing.
And the people that live in the Inner Harbor talk to police.
Right. I love that.
Exactly.
This happened in front of a crowd of kids.
Right.
And nobody's talking.
Yeah, every one of them knows who did it, and
Right.
that's not an upper debate.
People know who did shit. Like the streets are watching.
And they probably too afraid to talk because they're gonna get their house shot up.
They could do the anonymous tip. They have that. That's the
Remains
thing.
closed today, but counselors are on hand. There's also a social worker at the nearby Enoch Pratt Free Library. Our live team coverage continues with Jessica Albert. She's at Baltimore City Police Headquarters with more on troubles in the area where this happened. And Jessica, we saw private security here today. What are you learning?
Well, I actually spoke with a city council member today, Mike, that covers that district where that shopping center is located. He has heard many concerns from community members about safety at that shopping center. He also tells me that he hopes that renovations could be coming to it soon. 41 calls for service in a month's time at the Edmondson Village Shopping Center. The calls were made for a range of things, including aggravated assault with a gun and common assault.
They know where the majority of the crimes are committed. If this is a hot spot, then figure out a way to not make it another, then bring attention to it so that people don't do anything.
There are new concerns about the property after 5 high schoolers were shot there Wednesday. One of them died. Community members want to know if something can be done about the property. There was similar community outrage last month at a gas station near Morgan State University after a shooting killed 56-year-old Albert Stevenson. Baltimore police had been called to that gas station 80 times in 90 days. Police
See what I'm saying? Like they talk about why isn't when something happens in a white neighborhood, why is there's no fucking glider neighborhood where police get called to the gas station 80 times in 90 days.
And it's not the building or the property, it's the people.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, you could put anything right there. It's still gonna be where it's at.
Hey guys, I did some quick math and I was wrong about the duration. It was actually 20 rounds a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why I asked.
Salute the Mayo Monkey. Salute the Captain Crunch, man.
Salute.
Yeah. Salute to all you guys here. Thank you for participating in the $5 challenge, man. We trying to, keep this shit going for y'all, man. This listening to these people talk, it really makes you think like they can't be this stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's impossible to be that stupid. Of 80 times in 90 days, the police are called to a gas station. There was actual murders at the gas station. But why y'all not treating this murder like the same as y'all do if somebody?
And on top of that, keep that same energy out when the cops come doing what they're supposed to do, what they need to do.
Maya, what branch this man in?
That's Guardian Angel bullshit right
that's
there.
Guardian.
Okay.
They ain't in
bring
service.
attention to it so that people don't do anything.
There are new concerns about the property after 5 high schoolers were shot there Wednesday. One of them died. Community members want to know if something can be done about the property. There was similar community outrage last month at a gas station near Morgan State University after a shooting killed 56-year-old Albert Stevenson. Baltimore police had been called to that gas station 80 times in 90 days. Police are now scheduled to hold a hearing later this month to see if the business should be closed. At the shopping center, Marcus Dent, a member of the Guardian Angels, a crime prevention organization, says there needs to be more security.
Put the cameras up here. Talk to the business owners. They have their own ideas of how you can make things safe.
Councilman Christopher Burnett, who represents the district where the shopping center is located, says efforts are being made to renovate it. He hopes it can be sold to a new owner.
We've had challenges at the shopping center. To be frank, it's one of the reasons I ran for office in the first place as a resident of this community, feeling like more needed to be done.
He says the mayor allocated $8 million in COVID-19 relief funds to the project and that he and several members of the community have cited businesses for allowing teens to hang out there during the day.
We're very much working on this, but these issues aren't easily fixed overnight. And so, we require some patience, but it's not something that's been forgotten.
And we did reach out to the city to see where things stands with the renovation project for the shopping center. The spokesperson is getting back to us on that. And the council member tells me that he hopes that things will, the renovation could potentially get approved or approved in the coming weeks. Reporting live in Baltimore, Jessica Alpert for WJZ.
Hello again.
Oh, that's my guy right there. I can't.
I love the allowing teens to hang out in front of the businesses.
Yeah, tell those teens they gotta leave.
Yeah. Well, number one, all those businesses are renters. They don't control the sidewalks out in front of their business.
Who's this guy?
That's
History Debunked.
History Debunked. He's Simon. What's his name? Simon something. But
And why the mama, why the stepmama, why they not held accountable for the fact that her son was skipping school?
Well, I think it's hard for them to pull that on her because if they if they say something about that now, I don't think they're gonna say nothing about
Victim
it.
blaming.
Well, I mean, on
Victim
top of
blaming.
that, her son was just fucking butchered. I kind of, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
Her son he got hit, what, 16, 18 times? I think, yeah, leave him be for that one.
Yeah, you can ask her that another day. Give me a city, man. Let's just see what's going on around the stand, man.
In Des Moines, Iowa, there's a mass shooting on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Oh, Des
Are you
Moines.
serious?
Des Moines, man. The monks. You know, Des Moines means the monks.
Yeah, I feel like you're making that up. That sounds too fucking. Are you serious?
Man, you can't make this up, man.
You can't make this up for real.
Yeah, there's no way there's shootings on that Martin Luther King Boulevard.
And they have systems where if a child skipped classes, they will receive a phone call and say your child wasn't in class today.
No, but all you gotta do is go to homeroom, and they won't come.
But even if he came to homeroom, if he went to homeroom and then go to the other classes, they still supposed got a phone call.
No, it was during lunch this happened.
Where I was at,
Yeah, but when he go back to, I'm saying after lunch. If he didn't go, let's say he got math and he don't report to math after lunch.
Well, he was
But
dead.
he was dead by that class.
He was dead.
Okay. Well, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't skipping in his lunch.
Where
I was at, you go to second period homeroom, and after that, it don't even matter. You don't even gotta go to second period or fourth or third. You know.
I don't see no mass shooting in Des Moines, man.
All right, I'll find it. I'll put it in the back chat.
The back chat, man. But we do got some other things in Des Moines, man. We can see, man. Des Moines is a nice place to start, man. Let's see what else is going on in Des Moines, man.
New at 6, police in Grinnell say a shooting at an apartment complex was self-defense, and now 2 men face charges for assault and burglary. Grinnell police say Alan McCall and Logan Moline broke into the victim's house last week and attacked him. Criminal complaints show McCall tried to stab the victim in the throat with a kitchen knife, and that's when the victim shot McCall twice in the chest. McCall and Moline ran from the apartment. Police say they captured Moline quickly after he slipped on some ice. And when police interviewed McCall in the hospital, he told them he attacked the victim to keep him from using his gun.
Okay.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, man. You love that, huh?
What's up with that, Mayo? What's up with your people, man?
Yeah, y'all gliders, man. Y'all gliders just some boring criminals, man. Like y'all just don't do it like we do.
Yeah, glider criminals are only cool on TV.
Exactly.
I'm a huge fan of criminals slipping on ice. I promise.
Yeah, definitely.
Michelle Killen walked through her front door after work on Tuesday afternoon, and she says she was attacked by this man, Brian Andrew Huckfeld. Killen says Huckfeld, a former friend, hit her over and over with a hammer, threatening to kill her.
And he knew what he was doing. He said the whole purpose here was to kill me, and he had that hammer waiting for me.
Huckfeld has since been charged with attempted murder and is being held at the Polk County Jail. Killen sent KCCI a dozen pictures of her wounds. We decided to only broadcast the non-graphic images. Some of the more serious injuries will be there for the rest of her life.
When it first happened, I didn't even know that he hit me 14 times. And the only reason I know it's 14 is because I got 14 lumps or bumps, bruises, cuts. You know, there's 14 different ones in different spots.
Killen isn't Huckfeld's first victim. In 2013, he assaulted another woman, again with a hammer, witnessed by these 2 men.
He's hitting the top of the roof of the truck, trying to hit her with a hammer.
Huckfeld was convicted on a willful injury charge in that case, but released from custody in 2015. 8 years later, Killen says they can't let him walk free again.
I want him to go to jail for the rest of his life. I don't want to ever have to worry about this. I want my kids safe. I don't want him to hurt nobody else. I want my life back.
She fears not only for her life, but also for her children's, who all live in the same house Huckfeld attacked her in.
He will kill me. Positively, no ifs, ands, or buts. He will kill me. If he gets out, I don't care if it's in 10, 15 years, he will kill me.
Damn.
Damn, I
Is
believe it
this her
too.
ex-boyfriend or something?
Mental illness, poverty,
White bodies.
single parent homes, white bodies.
What
No
about
job.
slavery? You can't use slavery, man.
That's
They're probably
sad.
Irish. The Irish were slaves.
Yeah, it was white
Yeah,
slaves. There were white
yeah.
pig
I
gliders
put
for
it in the
those.
back chat.
And get this,
Okay.
Iowa. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Was Iowa? Iowa's constitutional carry. So this guy still decided to use a hammer. So it doesn't
I
matter if
mean,
it's
he might have.
But
He might have.
he already had charges. Like, are you allowed to get him if you? Because remember, he did this before. Would
no. I
he have
mean,
been allowed to
But
have
that doesn't
this person?
stop criminals.
yeah, that didn't stop criminals.
No, no. I mean, would he have been able to legally carry under the Constitution, carry with his
Oh
record?
hell no.
Got you.
No, if he had a
Yeah,
domestic violence charge, no. If he was
he
already
just beat her
he
with
was
a
a
hammer
felon,
because he beat her
yeah.
with a hammer. Sometimes you just beat the person. Sometimes you're not even thinking about all that. Like sometimes he just beat her with a hammer because he beat her with a hammer. You know what I'm saying?
He was rolling into with a hammer because he was
Yeah,
breaking into shit,
just
probably.
beat her. Just beat
Yeah.
her with a hammer.
Constitutional carry, man. Listen, I
Maybe
got
he
my
was
first gun
working.
at 15, man.
A man has
Listen,
been
You lucky, man. I was 19.
Maybe he was working. Hammer, yada yada. Now
Maybe he
So
was just
silly.
listening to MC Hammer.
A man has been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting on New Year's Day in Des Moines. Marlon Thomas faces several charges, including attempted murder. Court documents say Thomas and Jaquez Allen approached another person to collect on a debt. Police say this was not drug related. All three people were armed. The third person's gun malfunctioned, and Thomas shot him in the arm. That person tried to grab Thomas's gun, and Allen attempted to shoot him. But Allen's gun also malfunctioned. The third person was able.
Why
These janky ass guns.
Yeah.
hey, listen, that's we can't make that shit up. Niggas is shooting, it's clicking, nothing's happening.
This is the Keystone Cops of the hood, man.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Yeah, Waka Flocka, he know better. He know he got enough money to get a gun that operates properly.
This is the most. These stories in this town, man. This is a strange little town.
Charges, including attempted murder. Court documents say Thomas and Jaquez Allen approached another person to collect on a debt. Police say this was not drug related. All three people were armed. The third person's gun malfunctioned, and Thomas shot him in the arm. That person tried to grab Thomas's gun, and Allen attempted to shoot him. But Allen's gun also malfunctioned. The third person was able to get a hold of the working gun and shoot both of his attackers. Allen later died of his injuries. The person Allen and Thomas approached will not face charges.
That's a miracle.
But that never works for black people, man.
The working gun and shoot both of his attackers.
Yeah,
Allen
exactly. This is black people never get the benefit of the doubt. That's true.
Yeah, the cops would just show up and shoot him just for GP, man.
Wow. Wow. Oh, what a strange little town, man.
I really wish that somebody would get in the data to figure out who's using these laws to the best effect.
The people who are shooting in public.
Exactly.
These are mostly laws that protect you if you're shooting in public. If you're in a house, it's rarely that these things happen. Usually it's domestic, somebody shooting somebody for a reason. The wife shooting the husband shooting the wife, something like that. These interpersonal situations between different people, that like this of a debt, those usually happen outside the house. And we know when there's a shooting outside of the house, there's almost a 99% chance that it's the son man or what I'm saying? It's about a 95% chance it's son man and a 4% chance it's an hombrito and maybe a 1% chance it's somebody else. Seriously, man, it's literally like that, man.
Some people clean your guns, please, or maybe not.
No, don't.
Don't
buy
encourage
the cheapest magazines you can get and the cheapest ammo.
don't encourage them, man.
Breaking news.
That breaking news is from the shooting we told you about earlier this afternoon. We just learned from police that an 18-year-old man died from his gunshot injuries. Shots were fired just after 1 o'clock this afternoon in the parking lot of an apartment building on Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway, just north of Euclid Avenue. One man is in the hospital in serious condition, and a second adult has been treated and released. Now, 2 of the victims were found at the scene. A third was discovered after they drove themselves to Broadlawns Medical Center. KCCI was first to the scene and spoke with people who live nearby about what they heard and saw today.
I just heard 4 loud pops, like pop, pop, pop. I think it's kind of crazy that, people have to be shooting other people. I mean, there's other ways to solve things. I'm not sure what the incident was over.
Police say they found 3 guns at the scene. They believe one was fired in self-defense. So far, they have not announced any arrests or the names of the victims.
Strange.
You're gonna go to Memphis.
Memphis? All right, we'll do Memphis next, man.
It's just one story I want you to look at.
All right. Doug Chunk says, like Mayo said many times before, we have arguably the best emergency care in the world. If not for that, our homicide rate would be way higher. Way, way higher. Salute to Busers 37. Salute to 36. Salute to you, man. Salute to Big BS. Hotspots are the government's fault. Do something. I don't know. I think hotspots are like
DNA's fault.
Yeah, exactly. Laura Bailey says, "Party on for Ock Nation, man." Yeah, salute to you, Laura. No Name says, "Ock, what's only way to stop son violence? Send us back to Africa, and the violence will take place over there." But you're just trying to stop it.
Send them to Africa.
Well, no, you got to go back there too.
I'm not going back there.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be a tribeswoman in the village, man.
Be a woman king.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you would think they wouldn't fight it too much. They hate the country so much. So I mean, I agree with that. That's the only way. Ship them back to Africa.
They don't even want us there.
They'll take you.
Oh, they'll definitely take you. You got money.
You got money. Yep.
Resources. Those Africans that
No, I'm talking about the criminals.
Oh no, they definitely
now instead of them going to prison, deport them to Africa.
They're gonna kill y'all. Like when y'all go over there to Africa, y'all criminals, they're gonna just kill you. They're not gonna play with you like the white men do.
That's not a bad idea, Brown Sugar.
I think that's a good idea.
I don't blame them. Look what happened with Liberia.
Yeah, man. It's rough out here in these streets, man. Let me see. Yes, it's really. Let me just say that there's no way to stop somebody. So
you gotta keep hope alive, brother.
She look greasy.
Right now, Des Moines police are beginning their first shooting investigation of 2023. 3 people are injured after shots were fired on the city's north side at apartments off MLK Jr. Parkway. KCCI's Lauren Johnson was at the scene for hours this afternoon and is live there right now. And Lauren, what are police sharing in this investigation?
Laura, it's still a very active scene here at the apartments behind me. I'm going to step out of frame so you guys can take a look. They have multiple police officers here still kind of processing the scene. If you guys want to take a look over at these apartments in that back corner, there seems to be a lot of activity over there. So I'm guessing that's where maybe a lot of the investigation is taking place. Police say those shots rang out around 1 p.m. this afternoon. At the scene, they found 2 people with a gunshot wound. Both were transported to a local hospital. One of the individuals is in critical condition. Now, neighbors and those passing by the area earlier today told us they heard, they said this is a grim start to the beginning of the new year.
Like 6 muffled gunshots. Not just that. I thought it was 4th of July. I thought it was still the New Year's Eve or something. It's not a good New Year starting off. for somebody.
Just heard 4 loud pops, like pop, pop, pop. I think it's kind of crazy that people have to be shooting other people. I mean, there's other ways to solve things. I'm not sure what the incident was over. We'll probably figure out more of that.
Now, that third person Laura had mentioned took themselves to Broadlawn's Medical Center with a gunshot wound from that same shooting incident. Multiple authorities responded to the hospital at that time. As you can see, DMPD had a busy month in December with multiple homicides and shooting investigations. They say the shooting is a somber way to start this new year.
We all get caught up in the changing of the new year and the hope that comes with that symbolism. But the reality is that things don't change a lot in our community unless we put some effort into getting them changed. And I mean, right now we're starting 2023.
At least they don't have a black female police chief.
Same way we ended it in 2022.
Not yet.
Now, police say multiple firearms were taken from the scene after that shooting, and they say there is no need.
That's a nice woman, man. Why you talking shit about that woman, Brown Sugar?
Now, y'all sit here and talk mess about everybody. All I said was she was shining. She greasy.
Better than the opposite.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, you foul, man.
Need for the public
She
to
ain't
think
ugly,
that
she
there is
just
any
real
threat
greasy.
following this shooting.
She hydrated.
Reporting live here from Des Moines, Lauren Johnson, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
She's buttery.
She looks
I don't know
normal. She
about
don't look like
Iowa.
a hub burger. You know what I'm saying, Chief?
We do Memphis, man. Salute, man. We doing Memphis, man. Keep that $5 challenge going, man. We doing Memphis, man. We going into dangerous territory, man. You know, this the gift this is the ultimate gift, man. This is the number one gift of all Ock Nation cities, man.
Hey,
I miss Memphis, but I don't miss Memphis.
Hey, whenever you talk about Memphis, you gotta say Maine.
Say what?
Maine.
Maine?
Yeah.
Why you say that's what they say over there, Maine?
Yeah.
You know they were trying to turn Main Street into Main Street, like M-A-I-N.
No, they ain't really do that.
M-A-N-E. Yes, they was. They had a whole vote on it, everything.
I mean, the Memphis niggas say Maine a lot. Like I know a lot of Memphis, but God damn,
Yeah, they were trying to turn Main Street to Main Street. Like,
Yo, Ike, isn't Memphis a close second to NOLA in the Southern Conference?
I think
they're close second, but they number 2 nonetheless. You feel me?
I think it's number 1, man.
What about NOLA?
It's just different type of sun. The sun shine in Memphis, man. I don't know. It's just it could be. I don't know. I mean,
didn't NOLA take the
that's the
national
story.
championship?
I'm sorry, I mean cut you out. This story right there with that light skinned girl. Click on that one.
I'm pretty sure NOLA took the national championship.
We learned today a teenager was killed in a Christmas Day shooting in downtown Memphis. Police have been looking into it, but now they're asking for your help finding the shooter. WRG's Marcus Hunter spoke with the victim's mother, who says her daughter witnessed the shooting.
The front of Club Level 3 is riddled with bullets, 3 windows broken out. A reminder of the deadly shooting that happened at the corner of Adams and Danny Thomas early Christmas morning. That shooting left 16-year-old Nia Simone dead.
They done killed Nina Simone.
We covered this last night.
16-year-old Nia Simone dead.
She was a good friend. She was a good daughter. She was my own child. I don't know, she was just exceptional.
Wednesday, Memphis police released a video of the shooting. In it, you see the suspects firing from a dark color.
We did this last night, bro. Sugar.
You know, I was on that. Was I on last night? No, I had got off.
Yeah, man.
I got off. But yeah, that's just real sad, you know. But I used to go to level 2 back in the day. I ain't go to level 3. I didn't know they had a level 3.
What do you mean level 3?
That's the name of the club.
Oh.
Level 2 was in East Memphis.
Oh, that's what with the minor girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did hear that. It was you had it was a very good show last night, Chief.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
I ain't left early.
Yeah, it was a good show. So you saying it was a good show because Brown Sugar left early?
Nah, stop.
Wow, man, damn, man, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Put one if you like brown sugar.
You're gonna get flooded. You're gonna flood the gates.
The chat loves your accent.
Oh, of course. She knows it. She knows you're working with.
Hey, there was another rap-related shooting in Miami. 10 people.
Yeah, we did that earlier. That was
Okay.
French Montana, man.
French Montana, yeah.
Side victim at the start of a new year. The
I
victim's
love
family
y'all too,
identifying
Chick.
the man stabbed to death as a father of 8 who was looking forward to his upcoming 42nd birthday in just a few months. But instead of planning a birthday
A father of 8 killed. God damn.
How many
celebration, they are
BMs?
now planning his funeral. WREG's Jarita Patterson spoke with a neighbor who says
Her hair
knowing
be
this
so
happened
pretty.
at
I'm
the
glad she
beginning of the year
represent Memphis.
has her concerned that this could be
Yeah,
the
I like her. She definitely is smart.
Okay, so you see how
of what's
pretty
to
she is? That's how I
Yeah.
carry myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you
But I'm a little lighter than her. She's chocolate. I'm not chocolate.
Oh, you a mulatto.
Heck no, I'm black. My mom and dad ain't missed their bloodline. I'm black.
So you just what you call it, a Michelle Williams color.
I'm just brown. I'm
You
like
Kelly
a light
Rowland,
brown.
you Kelly Rowland or Michelle Williams?
Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams.
The Destiny
What
Child.
you talking about?
Or
Destiny Child. Or you did Beyonce complexion.
Oh, I guess Michelle Williams. A little bit lighter than Michelle, but not darker than Beyonce.
Okay.
I was thinking Hattie McDaniels.
At the start of the new year, and already we're seeing the start to a deadly cycle of violence.
Dear God, this is a new year. It is starting out with the loss of life.
Leaving some who live near Vance Avenue in the medical district too disturbed to even go on camera. After seeing the lifeless body of a man police say was stabbed to death just before 11:30 Sunday night.
God, please strengthen the hearts of the people in the community. Let them live right.
The loss of life, leaving many at a loss for words, but what they do have is hope and a prayer.
Families are hurting. People are having a hard time. God, protect this city.
That this will not be a repeat of years past.
Just help us go into 2023 better than we did in 2022.
Being a prisoner in their own home is how those we spoke with on and off camera described the past few months. Although there's a lot of fear, there's also a lot of faith, which is why they are sharing a powerful prayer at the start of a new year.
Put the laws and things in place that we can live safely in our home, go to work and to play and to just enjoy life without threat of losing our life.
The victim's family telling us this was a domestic dispute that took a deadly turn. Their loved one who took his last breath right here where a crime scene tape marks the spot was Jermaine Smith, we have learned. The father of 8 was just 41 years old.
Lift us up.
Concerned this could be the start to a high rate of violence as the faith-filled calling on a higher power. In the medical district.
In your son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel.
Only Memphis could pray in Jesus' name. And nobody else can do this. Only black people can get away with our religion.
I just say Luke 22:36.
These people, man,
We pray all the time, but it's like the people here just evil. Like
God
they don't care about God. They're so evil.
Praying without action.
Right. If all you're doing is praying,
God helps those who help themselves.
You people wicked.
This is hope. This is hope and change.
it's unfortunate to be honest, but it is what it is.
Now to a crime alert in Whitehaven. A Memphis man is facing serious charges after an attempted carjacking in Whitehaven. Our WREG's Bria Jones joins us live tonight from outside 201 Poplar with a look at those
Bria. She look
tense
cute
moments that
tonight.
were actually caught on camera, Bria.
Well, staff, this was a scary situation. That surveillance video actually shows the suspect bumping into the victim's car, and moments later, another person approaches the car with a gun. Take a look at this shocking surveillance video. It shows a bump and run style carjacking on Christmas Day outside a gas station on Holmes Road in Whitehaven. You can see a man in a second vehicle jumping out and trying to approach the victim before he speeds away.
Scary. It's really scary.
Memphis police have charged this man, 21-year-old Robert Holmes, with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, attempted carjacking, and weapons charges. According to this affidavit, a man and woman were inside a 2020 Hyundai Sonata when Holmes, who was inside an Infiniti SUV, bumped their vehicle from behind. As the male victim got out of the car, police say Holmes approached him with a handgun. Then a second man in a Dodge Charger grabbed the passenger door and told the woman he would kill her if she didn't give up everything. Eric Ethan, who visits the gas station
So
often.
that's a new thing we gotta watch out for. The bump and run thing. They do
They
it.
been doing it in Memphis.
No, but
They
this
do
is
that
different.
all the time.
No, but this is a different style of it. Hold on, time out. This is you're parked at the gas station. I get it when you're driving. I know I'm aware of that one. This one where you just parked at a gas station and they come bump you. That's a whole different dynamic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're more likely to get out of the car than you are in traffic. Like if you're just sitting there and some food just comes and bump you, you're like, what the fuck? And now you're out the car and then it's too late. Then they got the gun on you. It's just something to be aware of.
Then a second man in a Dodge Charger grabbed the passenger door and told the woman he would kill her if she didn't give up everything. Eric Ethan, who visits the gas station often, says the crime is disturbing.
It's sad that, somebody can just get out of their car with a pistol and try to take your car.
Officers say the man was able to drive off in the car and the woman ran away while both suspects fired shots, grazing the man's neck and hitting the car more than 10 times. Ethan says he believes money is behind the madness that unfolded on the most joyous day of the year.
It's real easy to go and get you a job out here today. Just get up and go and apply yourself. You don't need to be out here trying to take people's stuff that, you know what I'm saying, they getting up going to work for.
He is.
He's spitting, though. He's spitting.
Now, I did speak with one of the victims tonight. He is okay. Holmes has a bond set at $1 million. He's set to appear here in court tomorrow. Now, reporting live outside 201 Poplar, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
A case we'll be watching closely, Bria. Thanks.
I'm mad. That gas $2.79 a gallon.
Yeah, that's a good price.
What?
That's
You
some good
complain
gas.
about that? That's crazy.
You know, I don't live in Memphis, so my gas up here ain't that no more. It's high.
In Cali, it's fucking $5.
Right.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
that's Cali.
How the fuck? Like how does that make sense?
2 people are in custody after an officer
State
involved
taxes.
shooting here in
state drilling
Collierville.
taxes.
Now we're told no one
For the-
was
for the budget,
injured
I mean.
in this shooting. Now take a look at video from the scene. As you mentioned, this
Collierville is
all
really
unfolding
nice.
outside the Academy store
What are you
here
gonna do,
along
not put
New
gas in your
Vidalia
car?
Road
You
in
got no
Poplar.
choice.
Now, just for perspective, we are directly across from where the Kroger mass shooting took place over a year ago, which people driving by the scene say is just too close for comfort. Now, as you mentioned, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is handling this case. They say Collierville police officers were initially responding to a shoplifting call in the area. Now, officers tried to stop the suspects by blocking them with 2 cars. Now, that's when they say the suspects tried to drive through the barricade and an officer opened fire. Now, the suspects were taken into custody near the Malco Theater around the corner. I was able to ask the TBI if the suspects were armed. Were the suspects armed?
That would be part of our investigation as well. That
Oh
information.
my God, this fucking Asian woman, like what the fuck? This shit is getting out of control, man.
Collierville don't play though. They police a little bit more aggressive. Like if you go few miles over the speed limit, you'll get a ticket. If they
Good.
catch you throwing, my friend threw some trash on the ground. They caught him, and they cussed him out and made him pick it up and throw it in the garbage. Like they don't play out there.
Good. Good, exactly.
And we was at work when he did
Thing that
it.
I don't have.
These idiots turned a simple stealing charge into a huge situation that could have got them shot.
unless they were trying to steal guns, this is just shoplifting.
Well, that's the word I was searching for.
They're going to get a
jail for that.
ticket. They're going to get a ticket.
No, they wouldn't go to
that's it.
jail. Kyrie will
If it-
send that folks to jail.
Wow.
Did you say if they fired shots at all at any point in this?
I know that the officer fired shots, and anything else would be part of our investigation. But I know that they drove in the direction of the officer who was outside of his unit, and that's when the officer is believed to have opened fire.
Again, no injuries have been reported. We're working to learn what charges those suspects may face. We're now reporting live in Collierville. Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
They keeping her busy, it looks like, Chief.
That's where all the rich people live at.
Yeah, we'll hear about this one again because, they was unarmed.
They could, if they want to,
They're
they
not
could
gonna say
charge them
that.
with attempted murder of an officer if they ran through the damn barricade.
Yeah, they're not. No one's gonna cape for them. Like Collierville is really nice. No
No,
one's
I
gonna
mean
cape for them.
but somebody in the national media, if they get a hold of this, will cape for them.
Yeah, maybe.
Now new at 10, in 2022, the city of 302 homicides. As it has solved more than half of those cases. WRG's Bria Jones joins us now live to break down the homicide clearance rate and gives us a look at the never-ending fight for justice.
Bria getting out of overtime.
Well, that's right, Greg. MPD says it was able to solve 67% of the homicides from last year. But
Wow. Like, salute, man. Like, not for nothing, man. You got to give them credit for that, man.
But let's be honest, they were framing the brothers. Anyway.
Yeah. But however you get the job done, man. Kim can get all those brothers out in 20 years.
Well, either they got real stupid criminals or really good cops.
Right. You know how they done the lottery with the little ball pit act where they spin it? That's how they were drawing names.
Just put names in the hat.
Like, you get this murder, you get this body, this is your body.
Yeah. Today we're going to stop all Sun people with the 9 is the last number of their driver's license and arrest them.
They keep it exciting, I bet. Like shit like that,
Yeah, and we're gonna do that. And nobody's gonna make a fuss about it. Yeah. So this is, I think, 67% is excellent, man. Salute to them.
that still leaves many families seeking justice. I miss him. I miss him. This numbing pain Dominique Galladay feels is a heartache hundreds of Memphis families experience yearly.
That was my everything. I loved him a lot.
The father of her son, an unborn baby.
She said, I loved him a lot. I mean, that's just shit, man. I loved him a lot.
She loved him. That's a different type of love.
I feel sorry for her, but man.
Yeah. Love did. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. That's some real shit, man. She loved him. That mean, that's that good old down
That's
south.
that good love.
Yeah, man. She was putting it on, homeboy player,
Yeah,
man. Ooh.
I loved him.
I miss him. I miss him.
This numbing pain still leaves many families seeking justice.
I miss him. I miss him.
This numbing pain Dominique Galladay feels is a heartache hundreds of Memphis families experience yearly.
That was my everything. I loved him a lot.
The father of her son, an unborn baby, 25-year-old Alandis Turner, gunned down while at the scene of another murder days before Christmas. So far, no arrests have been made.
His son asks about him every morning. I just can't tell him at this time and point because every time he asks about him, I break down.
Wow. That's like
sad.
not for nothing. That is Jesus Christ. That's
sad.
that right there is just terrible, man. That is just terrible, man.
That child's like, where's daddy? And she can't even tell him he's dead.
Yeah.
Tough.
It's tough, man. I mean, oh man.
That's the trauma. That's the trauma that the black people that the Sun kids go through.
And that's a lie. I mean, bullshit aside, that's a lot. How did they say how old the kid was?
She got one. I don't know. She's young though.
She was pregnant. She was pregnant when he got shot. So
No, but
I mean,
the kid that's asking for the dad, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a rough one, man. It's just heartbreaking, man.
I'm surprised
Yes.
that the police haven't offered, support services for the child.
I'm sure she probably get all type of services.
Yeah, for sure. They do. They they do that WP.
They
Yeah,
take
yeah,
care
that's
of
what I'm
them
saying.
pretty good.
Especially in an area like this, um, I'm surprised they didn't offer her to say we can break it down to him if you want.
They probably will, or have, or ask her, and she said no, probably.
Been made.
His son asks about him every morning. I just can't tell him at this time and point because every time he asks about him, I break down. It's hard.
A Payne Major Webb Kirkdorfer with the Memphis Police Department's Homicide Bureau knows all too well.
Well, it's tough. It's tough working with the families of the victims. Even if the case is solved, their loved one is still deceased and they're not coming back.
In 2022, there were 302 homicides, a decrease compared to a record-breaking 346 homicides in 2021.
Okay, so they cooled off with Memphis a little bit last year, man. So over a 2-year period, they had 650 homicides. Let's say.
That's a big decline, though. All things considered.
Yeah, I mean,
302.
What about before 2020 though?
I think the problem that we run into when we see these things is that, like, if they're killing like that every year, right, around that 300 mark, right, and sometimes it's not the people that are like the street people are getting arrested, they're getting killed. There's gonna be like a layoff, you know what I'm saying? Like it might not be that the crime was done, it may be that like that hood that was beefing with the other hood.
Right.
They need the next generation of Pookies to cop off the porch.
Right.
They're not ready yet.
For sure. That's what it is, I think. I'm in a major part.
They still an incubator, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like you kill off that many motherfuckers, man.
Right.
This is seeing 600,000, man.
Damn.
Shit is crazy, man.
That's
I
a
mean,
fact. You spit fire, Chief.
It's a lot of fucking hood boogers, man.
Kirkdorfer says 67% of last year's homicides were solved.
That's still 33% of our cases didn't get solved. So that's a portion of families, that still haven't received justice.
What do you say to those 33% of families that are growing frustrated, whether it be just with not having justice or even getting frustrated with the detectives working their case?
Don't give up hope. We're not going to stop investigating this cases. We're always looking for the last piece of the puzzle.
In Turner's case, Galladay is holding out hope. The final clue for justice is around the corner.
I want them to find his killer. I want them to find this person that did it to him.
And as always, the Major says if you see something, say something. You can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. Now reporting live downtown, Bria Jones,
Give me another
sad story.
Yeah, that's just horrible, man.
Yeah. You know what that reminds me of, Ike? Every time they say that in Memphis, 528 Cash, 36 Mafia, they used to laugh at that. Like, oh, we kill dudes, call 528 Cash. You know what I'm talking about?
Skits, yeah, skits. 36 Mafia, they had skits in their albums, and
exactly.
They would have like 528 Cash. If you were snitching,
they used to make
call
fun of
Cash.
it. They used to make fun of murdering some man, Chief.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if Jackson has cleaned up any since they
Jackson?
Jackson, Mississippi. Isn't that where Dion left?
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi.
See if they've cleaned up anything or a little bit since Dion sent him out of here.
They don't even shoot videos in Memphis.
not like Florida Gardens.
I wonder how that their clearance rate, because that is high, 67%. I wonder how that ranks nationwide.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good. Memphis should ought to be proud, man.
And I
Well,
wonder.
they're adding
how
a
they
lot
get
of murders to niggas that's already locked up or
or dead.
dead.
Exactly. That's what
It's
I
a
was
lot of
gonna say.
cap with that.
I mean, not even cap. Maybe they're dead.
Yeah, or
Motherfuckers are
maybe
dead.
for real, or already locked up.
Or locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just like
It's
I
still a
said
closed
earlier.
case, though, bro.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
Like I said earlier, a lot of these dudes that are active, they're dead.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
but so many like real shooters and real killers out there.
I actually had the opportunity to talk to the local law enforcement after the forum ended today, and they said that they do feel positive about the conversations that they were able to have.
To be able to be in these different communities to get a feel of what's going on there will kind of help benefit the whole and what we're trying to do.
Back and forth conversations about how best to handle Jackson's crime crisis happening Thursday. This less than 24 hours after a 15-year-old middle school student was shot and killed, marking the city's second homicide of 2023.
We're seeing, people taking permanent solutions to temporary problems.
U.S. Marshals Director Ronald Davis sat down with local leaders and law enforcement to discuss how the federal agency
those
can
black
aid the
people.
capital city.
It is representative of many cities around the country. Great cities that are facing challenges, trying to work together. This is a great partnership.
The boots on the ground say they need federal help to reduce the overload of robberies, carjackings, and homicides in Jackson. Major Investigations Deputy Chief Derek Hearn says a recent forum in Canton brought his attention to how severe violent crime is here.
The violent criminals that we have in Jackson foresees any other counties surrounding us. But I'm not getting the assistance that I need as far as getting these violent criminals off the street.
And after arrests are made, Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens says his office would appreciate better collaboration between local and federal agencies, saying sometimes they're not given access to evidence quickly enough, which
Good night,
delays
y'all.
trials.
We're having far too many individuals
Now the show about to
in
get-
custody in our jail, the sheriff's jail.
The show about to get lit now.
I hear hater, y'all. Y'all hear that?
We got to turn up now, y'all.
Y'all finna get bored now.
See you later, man.
Good night.
Good night, man.
That we're not able to move the cases fast enough.
Director Davis admits economic issues and crises typically negatively impact the residents who live in these areas. The city of Jackson seeing roadblock after roadblock recently.
Dealing with infrastructure to job opportunities, economic opportunities, we do.
Nothing changed.
Dion saying, see, that's why I got the hell up out of there.
Roadblocks everywhere. You know how off the chain it's got to be to just have roadblocks everywhere.
Well,
For them even take the time to do that shit all day.
You would literally have to do blatantly unconstitutional policing to fix this.
Yeah, straight up.
And I'm talking, you have all your probation officers out there searching houses, everything.
But that's not because like a PO could do that, Like if you're on parole,
oh yeah,
they could go into your house.
Yeah, but they don't have enough time because each guy running a parole has got 60 fucking guys he's looking at,
Yeah, they're way more criminals than police.
The situation on the ground is dire.
Dire out there.
Well, police will always tell you there's no such thing as a routine in law enforcement, and this is one example. Capitol Police were checking out a car that was parked at Fairbanks and Mill Street Monday after someone described it as suspicious. Well, as officers approached it, they say this guy, 39-year-old Jason Eubanks, jumped out and tried to run. He wasn't fast enough, so they...
Okay, so there you go. They saw a car that was suspicious. They approached it. That's what they need to do. Yeah.
they just stopped him because he was black.
Yeah, he hopped out and started running.
And it don't matter. He had 6 bottles of lean cough syrup in his possession, a pound of weed, a bunch of heroin and pills.
He don't
He's
live
hiding
that
that picture.
fast, Chief. You know what I mean?
He
He
hiding
don't
that
live that
picture.
fast.
Monday after someone described it as suspicious. Well, as officers approached it, they say this guy, 39-year-old Jason Eubanks, jumped out and tried to run. He wasn't fast enough, so they quickly caught him. However, him running made things more suspicious. In the end, officers say they found all of this. That's a lot of cash, and they also found some drugs and some guns. Eubanks is charged with possession with the intent to distribute, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a stolen firearm.
It was a mobile drugstore.
Homie had 5 phones.
That was
Yeah,
a
he
mobile
was tripping.
drugstore.
That even and all that money probably wasn't even his. That
He
was
had a phone for each drug
yeah,
available.
he was moving some shit
Yep.
around. He was tripping.
You can buy it
They
on
want to hold ass as soon as they see something.
I'm talking about, oh
Man,
no.
did you see his eyes? He was high as fuck when they approached him.
Yes.
He was in that lean.
Busted off 5 phones.
Give me another city. We do one more city, man. Give me another city.
All that cash, you could buy a lot of 45 ammo.
Salute to Theo G for the cash app. He said, "Our world telling the truth, telling the truth." Okay, our world telling the truth. Yeah, salute to you, man.
Do we do California a lot?
I mean, I haven't done California. Yeah, we haven't been to California in a minute, man.
What about Jacksonville, Florida?
Salute to Deluxe 247, man. The real MVP coming through once again. Salute, aka Cal Ripken, man. Definitely appreciate him coming through every day, man. Don't want to take that for granted, man. Every day, man, that is a fucking big accomplishment, a big contribution, man. Salute to my man Anton S, man. Ock Nation All Pro, man. Definitely coming through with the $5 challenge. Says let's go. Yeah, salute to him, man.
How about Columbia, South Carolina?
I think one for Jacksonville, one for Columbia, man, because I only got one more city left in me, man. One for Jacksonville, one for Columbia, man. One for Jacksonville, two for Columbia. I'm gonna chat this out. One for Jacksonville, two for Columbia.
While they're doing that, Ak, you got another shout out on Jason Whitlock's show today from my
What did
guy.
he say? What are you talking about?
It's so ironic because your first story that you covered was with the French Montana. So your name came up this time because Jason Whitlock was saying how today's sportscaster has been tied to the rap world, the hip hop thing. Because most sportscasters now, or I shouldn't say sportscasters, most sports talk show hosts are now, their act and their talk and everything is kind of tied to the rap industry. And Steve had mentioned how, and the reason they were saying that is because what's the light skinned guy that has the podcast with Steven
Matt
Jackson?
Barnes.
Matt Barnes. So Matt Barnes went on, I think it was I forget the social media, but he went on there this morning and basically said eventually what's the white guy who made the tweet about the football player?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. So Matt Barnes went on social media saying that at some point somebody's going to harm or do something to Skip Bayless, and so they were tying that to how, like I said, the sportscasters are now intertwined with the same mentality of rappers. And Steven had mentioned you in the show and how you've shown this the correlation of violence in that genre.
Wait, he said I can tune the Nation News.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yes.
That's a bold move from that brother. That's my respect to the man.
Nah, yeah, he give me shout outs all the time. Steve Steve was on the program a couple times, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know Steve's good. He keeps it real.
And I believe he and Jason watched the show, not live, but I think they watch a lot of the shows.
Man, Jason is Whitlock is the man. He's
Yeah,
very
he's
good at
good.
what he does.
He is. He is a true entrepreneur too.
I appreciate Whitlock's like desire for better. You know what I mean, Chief?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, I
Desire for
listen to the
honesty.
show. Like I listen to the show most days. Most days.
Yeah, definitely.
I can. I listen to that show. I don't even put my live streams on at 7. I mean, not my live. I usually put my videos on at 8 or 6, so that I can watch that show.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? My pre-recorded videos.
But or anyway, did you get a chance to see the art for Jason's show today?
Nah.
Oh man, it's so funny. You're gonna
Oh,
laugh
you talking about the thumbnail? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Pop
with
sitting in the car.
Yeah, that shit
like
was
Tupac the
hilarious.
Suge.
That shit was hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So I think we do in honor of Marcy, man. We do Charleston. What does he say? Columbia,
South Carolina.
We do Columbia, man.
The what? The Confederacy?
Jacksonville tomorrow, man.
Let me guess.
This is the old South, man. This is you're gonna see a lot of Klan members down here.
Yeah, let's see what the Klan's up to.
As I pray for her family, that is very shocking to have something happen like that.
The investigation into the death of a Kershaw County mother continues after she was found dead inside a clothing donation bin last weekend.
Dang.
And that is how we begin tonight's broadcast with news out of Kershaw County. 47-year-old Leslie Lamone had been missing since March of last year. Tonight, we're hearing from her daughter on the search. News 19's Kaylin Hagwood has the story.
Well, I'm 25 years old. I'm planning a funeral. Not something I ever really thought, I would have to do at this point in my life.
Smash.
Especially not for a parent.
After nearly a year of searching, Hannah Gates received the news no daughter hopes to hear.
Every day, every week that passed in those 9 months, I got less and less hopeful.
Her mother, Leslie Lemoyne, was found dead New Year's weekend inside a donation bin off Highway 1 in Lugoff.
I just cried. She had a very warm heart, and she always knew how to make anyone smile.
Kershaw County Sheriff Lee Bones says a tattoo helped identify her body shortly after she was found. The process to find out what happened could take much longer.
We're waiting on the lab work, and honestly, that could take.
Who was she dating? Was she dating somebody? Like, come on.
They're going to be checking a lot of different things to, pretty much run every test they can at this point to try to determine that cause of death.
He says interviews from when she was considered missing will help, though it's unclear if others were involved.
So now we'll probably do some re-interviews if we were already talked with and see if there's.
They're not talking about no lover or no shit like this. So she might not have been dating anybody.
She was in drugs, man. She probably OD'd and they stuffed her body in there.
Yeah, because it seemed like she must have just died. She didn't die back when she went missing.
But that's a lie.
I doubt she was living in the closed donation bin.
That sounds like a lie, though, man. If she overdosed and then you're gonna stuff her in there. Like
Yeah,
maybe.
the people that she's getting high with are still holding, man. They ain't gonna call the fucking cops.
Or they could have just left her somewhere. I mean, like they left her there. Why stuff her into the bin?
Because she might have been in a spot where they get high at. They don't want to leave her there.
That's a lot. He's right. That's a lot of effort to put somebody to fold somebody.
Yeah, they used to place the body.
That's a lot of time too. But with
caught with the body,
yeah,
when you wouldn't have gotten caught with the body if you just left it alone.
exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
I think so. I mean, it's a lie. I don't know.
I guess she was in the car when she died.
I mean, I don't do fentanyl, so I don't know how they think.
What if she actually fell inside the bin?
Oh,
It
shit,
got stuck because I've put clothing in there, and once you get
almost
inside,
fell in?
you ain't getting out.
You almost fell in?
No, I never climbed in that. I put stuff in there, but I never climbed in that because I know
I have seen them raid
crap.
those bins though. I've seen the clothes snatched out of that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Man, your little town is fucking boring as hell, Marcy, man. There ain't shit
Well, there was a shooting. There was a shooting yesterday, and
there was a shooting once. A funny time.
But that's interesting because I remember you said Colombia's a shithole.
Nah. It's just quiet right now, man. It's quiet right now. So let's see what's going on in Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville.
We're hearing from the family of a Jacksonville woman who's now in the ICU after a crash on the Matthews Bridge. Loved ones shared this photo of 20-year-old Danae Jossie. A crash report states she was hit by an SUV while trying to fix a flat tire on the side of the bridge early Tuesday morning.
Damn, yo. Sun man ain't stopping, man.
To fix a flat tire on the side of the bridge early Tuesday morning when much of our area was covered in thick fog. News for Jax reporter Renee Beninati spoke with Jossie's sisters and joins us live outside UF Health, where Jossie is receiving treatment. Renee.
Joy, Danae's sisters tell me that she has made it through 2 surgeries and is expected to undergo her 3rd tomorrow morning here at UF Health. They say that doctors are doing everything they can to save her leg and that she also has very severe head trauma, so her recovery process is far from over. Here's 20-year-old Danae Jossie recovering in her hospital bed. Her sisters tell me it's painful to see her in this condition, but they're thankful she's alive.
She has a heart of pure gold. She will help anybody, no question asked. She stopped whatever she's doing to come to anyone's rescue.
Okay, so she's a great person. She got hit by a truck while changing the tire. These sisters, you don't need no man. That could be your man. They got hit by that truck, man. Instead of you. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. You said, and they're looking.
That's newly released body camera video showing Jacksonville sheriff's officers shooting and killing a murder suspect while trying to take him into custody. 29-year-old Tyree O'Neal's deadly encounter with police happened in November.
If he was white.
Yeah.
If he was white, blah, blah, blah.
He lit him up.
I mean, he gave him all of that. I mean, ooh.
Nah, he did.
One shot, one kill.
They put new air conditioning in that car.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he gave it to him.
Woo.
That white man didn't care about his being called a racist.
He's in Florida, man.
So today, investigators revealed that he was a suspect in 3 separate shootings in Jacksonville, one of them deadly.
He looks
News for Jacksonville
familiar.
reporter Eric Avignon joining us live tonight from 5 Points with the latest.
This is the location where O'Neal was shot and killed off Ernest Street by Jacksonville police. Now, JSO not only released body cam video of officers trying to take him into custody, but they released 2 additional videos. One of them showing O'Neal shooting and killing someone outside of a motel. The other video was that of a drive-by shooting in which police say O'Neal was the suspect. In this body cam video, Jacksonville police arrive at a rental home on Ernest Street to arrest 29-year-old Tyree O'Neal, a suspect in a murder case, a triple shooting, and another shooting that left one person injured.
God damn.
God damn.
Listen.
He busy. He a busy one.
Listen, he puts in major work.
Yeah, he definitely.
They love him. The guys in the
Oh
hood, they
yeah,
love
he's
him.
popular, man. He's a very popular guy.
He's a terrorist for real. Like he's
That's my nigga, man. That's my nigga, Tyree.
Hey, that's the man.
Man, my nigga Tyree, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's the man. Don't kill me, dog.
That's a face for warning posters.
And this is just what they know about for sure,
Yeah.
which is probably 10%.
He's definitely done more. If he's done that,
Yeah.
way more than that.
And that's a
You're
lot.
aware of that. Yeah, that's a lot on a jacket just for anything, even just to be heard of.
In this body cam video, Jacksonville police arrive at a rental home on Ernest Street to arrest 29-year-old Tyree O'Neal, a suspect in a murder case, a triple shooting, and another shooting that left one person injured. Although we can't hear any audio due to the body camera buffering, we can see officers chase him to the backyard. A neighbor we are not identifying who witnessed the chase described what she saw from her back window.
A gentleman running across my backyard holding a weapon.
Context
It
clues.
looked like an AK or SKS style weapon. And it looked like he was intending to shoot at the officers.
Investigators say an officer fired at O'Neal after O'Neal brandished this weapon. By the time the audio on the body camera starts recording, we see O'Neal on the ground and we can hear officers giving commands.
Put your hands out! Hey, hands out, hands out!
Moments later, O'Neal gets up and hops over the fence and leads officers on a foot chase to the front of the home. A second body camera records what happens after O'Neal got in his car and tried to drive away. Notice his car is coming right at this officer. What you don't see in that body cam video is an unmarked police car that was keeping O'Neal from driving away in the street. A neighbor's security camera recorded police pulling O'Neal out of the car and rendering aid, but O'Neal died at the scene.
Rendering aid for what?
He was already out of here.
That's a cop's default. Air you
That was
out
for
and render
show.
aid.
That was for show. That was like
You
somebody-
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
You basically have to, or else they're going to come after you for that too.
You'd be
A
surprised. He
gentleman's
might
way
make
to
it.
leave this earth.
He might make it. You never know.
Nah, he ain't making shit. That dude ain't making a mess. That's all he doing, man.
Yeah, he was.
Damn.
I'll be
running
had
with a-
gloves on though.
He was running with a broken gun.
That boy got 5 pounds of lead and 3 pounds of glass in him.
He got what he was asking for, but he didn't deserve to die though.
Yeah, he did, though. I think he
Yes, like that is a beautiful execution. That's how it should go.
Scene. Neighbors who could hear the gunshots were rattled.
Rapid fire within 3 seconds. Pop, 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 pop.
Definitely sounded like an automatic weapon of some sort. Rapid gunshots. Yeah, it was pretty terrifying.
Police say 2 months prior to this incident, a security camera at a motel on Youngerman Circle recorded O'Neal pulling an unarmed person from the passenger seat of a car. He has a handgun in his right hand. We paused the video because moments later, he shoots and kills the person at point blank range. The victim was later identified as 33-year-old Samaj Billingsley. Although JSO called the victim a woman, the victim's family told News4Jax the victim was transgender and identified as a man. It's unclear if that was the motive behind the attack. The following month, 3 people were shot outside this Red Roof Inn in Argyle Forest. Their injuries were non-life-threatening, and JSO had already identified O'Neal as a suspect. That same month, police say this security footage at a gas station on Timuquana Road shows 2 men ducking for cover after being shot at by someone in an SUV that's off camera. One of the men returns fire. O'Neal was identified as a suspect in this incident after ballistics testing revealed the bullets used during this drive-by matched the bullets used in the killing outside the motel on Youngerman Circle. Months prior to those incidents, O'Neal had been released from prison after he was convicted back in 2012 on charges of grand theft, assaulting a pregnant woman, and burglary.
Oh, he was a saint.
He deserved that.
Listen,
he was about to change his life, Ike. He was working on himself.
He was just getting ready to start school, man.
Hey.
He was on his way to school, actually.
Yeah, he had like 5 kids. Come on.
He was studying George Floyd.
Yeah.
He's a father, man.
He wishes he could get to the George Floyd level.
Nah, that ain't a father. That's a motherfucker.
That's a God level, to make it to that age, and that's come on, man. It's not easy, You gotta have it.
We did reach out to O'Neal's mother, but she was too upset to comment after the release of those videos. She did, however, say that she now has one son who was just released from prison, who is now dead, and another son who is still in prison. Reporting live in 5 Points, Eric Avignon, Channel 4, the local station.
Eric,
Mother of the year.
Wait, so that's just sheer madness. That's just what the fuck, man.
Mama loved her, but she loved him, man.
Yes, she did.
Which is fair. It's fucking fair, let's be honest.
She loved her, baby.
Not as much as he loved the streets, though.
Yeah, Swiss cheese up.
I mean,
He's
he was
holy. You know what
very
I'm saying,
violent
Mousy?
man.
He's not a man of God, but he's holy.
He's definitely holy.
How can you love a man that beats up pregnant women, though?
Did she die?
Yeah, no, right.
Exactly.
She didn't die, though. Everybody else who came in contact with him died. So she's salute to that pregnant woman, man. She's the toughest person he fucked with.
He said they had to include the trans stuff in there. That not only was he a menace to society, he was also transphobic.
Thanks. A family is grieving.
All in one.
Yeah, that was his greatest crime.
Alicia, thanks. A family is grieving over the loss of a loved one found shot to death lying on the ground in a northwest Jacksonville neighborhood. According to the sheriff's office, a person walking to work around 7:15 this morning discovered the shooting victim and called police.
A family member has identified him as 21-year-old Kayvon Follow. His body was in the front yard of a home on West 31st Street near Moncrief Road. News4Jax reporter Janice Harris is following the investigation and is joining us from the neighborhood. Janice?
It was a heartbreaking Monday morning when 21-year-old Kayvon Follow was found laying on the ground dead beside a pair of steps in front of a home. His family watching all morning long as investigators went through this neighborhood trying to put together answers as to what led up to him being shot. And now they hope that his killer is found.
Smash.
As the second day of the new year begins, gloom looms over this neighborhood with police tape, investigators, and crime scene vans after 21-year-old Kayvon Follow was found shot dead in front of a house near 31st and Stewart Streets. A crowd gathered as the police investigate the murder, among them the man's mother and other family members. According to family, 21-year-old Kayvon Follow was shot and killed just feet away from where this Crime Stopper sign is posted in the ground. One person told me off camera they heard a single gunshot before.
Damn. How's that?
Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.
Wow, man. Wow.
That's common in the stand, though.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Shit. That's still deep.
It's kind of deep if you think about it.
That's just deep.
We got him out the way, man. And right there, man. It's just sad, man. It's really is sad, man. Really is sad, man. Nothing works. There's no solutions.
This Crime Stopper sign is posted in the ground. One person told me off camera they heard a single gunshot before 7 a.m. Police say dispatch got a 911 call at 7:15 a.m. after a person was walking to work and saw Follow lying on the ground.
He loved to play football, loved sports, and playing with the little kids in the neighborhood.
By phone, Kevin Follow confirmed his son, Kayvon Follow, was the man found dead. Follow hopes whoever killed his son is arrested.
I'm the father of the deceased. And they just need to stop the violence, you know what I'm saying? If somebody seen something, they need to come forward and tell.
Throughout the morning, more family members learned of Kayvon Follow's death and came to the home where he was shot and killed. Vernon Pandy is Follow's cousin. What was your first reaction when you heard that your relative had been shot?
I was speechless, honestly. I just in disbelief because I just talked to him a couple of days prior when I was at my mom's house, and for me to get the phone call from his dad that this had happened, I just immediately got off of work and came immediately.
As family grieves the death of Follow, police are canvassing the community, going door to door, searching for witnesses and looking for any clues that may lead to who killed Follow.
And his dad locked up.
And the crime scene that was cleared earlier today, but police continue to investigate what led up to him being shot and killed. In addition to that, the family has already planned an actual vigil, a candlelight vigil. They have given the address of 1545 West 27th Street. They will have that vigil on Friday at 4 p.m. In the meantime, if you know anything or if you were in this area today around 7 a.m., police would like to hear from you. You can call and provide a tip anonymously at 866-845-TIPS.
Man, rough little area, man. Sorry, RIP to the man. Follows, man. Man, whacked his ass up underneath the sign, man. Let's see if we can find anything else, man. One more story from this town, man. That's probably the same one. Same story. Let's see. Okay. Here we go.
Alicia, thanks. And now to a neighborhood crime alert. Some people in the Murray Hill area are speaking out. They say they feel there's been an increase in crime where they live. News4Jax reporter Khalil Maycock joins us now live from Murray Hill. And Khalil, you spoke with a couple whose car was recently stolen.
Yeah, and that car was stolen from right there on the street on a New Year's Day. And that couple tells me because of that recent loss and other incidents they describe as crazy in this neighborhood, they are looking into getting a gun to protect themselves.
If you look closely at this Ring video from before 4 a.m. on January 1st, you'll see a white Kia in the upper left corner of your screen. 3 hours later, in another Ring video, that same Kia isn't there.
Well, I woke up on New Year's Day and my car was gone.
Max Fisher says someone stole it. Here's the police report. Fisher and his husband, Chris Yemet, say they installed the Ring camera.
What? Who and who?
A zesty reporter covered a zesty couple.
Hey, listen, is this a community?
It's a community.
Community.
This quickly turned into a threesome.
Oh, come on, man, that's foul. You say something like that.
Who in his what? What the fuck? I'm confused, man. What the fuck are they talking about here, man?
His bottom bit.
Green. 3 hours later, in another Ring video, that same Kia isn't there.
Well, I woke up on New Year's Day and my car was gone.
Max Fisher says someone stole it. Here's the police report. Fisher and his husband, Chris Yemet, say they installed the Ring camera about 3 years ago when someone stole their bikes.
We just felt like it would give us a better...
Yo, dude, that's your fucking husband? You could have did better than that.
That's a sugar daddy, Chief.
He really wanted a man.
For everything.
He wanted a real man, I guess.
And it's three more zesties in the back.
Oh yeah, look, this is the whole enclave.
It looks like a little.
He didn't want his man. He wanted his dad.
Ugh.
What's up with this?
Ugh, man. Damn.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say gliders. I'm gonna say glider offender here in this one.
This is
maybe a gay glider at
this is
Astro glider,
man.
Yo,
Astro glider.
I think I'm not. I don't know, man. This is not good, man. This guy could have done a lot better than this guy. I'm sorry, man. I just think. I mean, hit one if you think that this guy could have done better.
Yo, money. Come on, money. You say you watch Married with Children, right?
Yeah.
I bet they met in the Navy.
This is Jefferson, huh?
Yeah, this guy could have. I'm sorry, man. This guy is he's actually decent looking, man. He could have done a lot better, man.
He's not gonna work a day in his job out. He's like Jefferson.
Oh man, look at this, man. Look at this guy, man. He don't even look like he would be fruit either. He looked like a regular. I didn't know that three guys came in this package, man. Hey, look at him. He got the sleeve.
Right. The beer belly.
It's just so much.
He definitely likes beer. He likes beer.
Oh, hold up, man.
Perhaps a PBR, a natty light.
Right, man. Like, I mean, listen, man. Look, it's just a strange couple, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. This is a odd coupling, odd pairing.
Chris Yemet say they installed the Ring camera about 3 years ago when someone stole their bikes.
We just felt like it would give us a better way of catching these people.
However, their Ring camera was down for a period Sunday morning and didn't catch anything.
It was disheartening. I was a little frustrated with the Ring company.
Fisher and Yemet say their recent loss, along with other incidents in the neighborhood, concern them, like the one in this video that Travis Smith gave to News4Jax. Here's a person pulling down their mask and then trying to open his door before walking away. News4Jax looked at JSO's crime mapping tool and found that from July to now, there were 143 crimes committed in a half-mile radius surrounding where Fisher's car was stolen. The top crime was theft. Because of this, Yamit says he plans to learn how to better protect himself and his husband.
I feel more comfortable having a gun that
Oh, there you go, Bossy, man. That's your type of guy, Bossy, man.
Finally.
Take them to the shooting range.
Marcy, that's a guy you could really like. You feel this. You can feel this guy, right, Marcy? You feeling
Pause. Hey, you gotta say pause, man.
Why pause, Marcy? Why?
You feeling him, man?
Because
You have to introduce them to the 2A community, make them feel welcome.
Wait, why pause, Marcy?
I gotta do anything to make them feel welcome. The 2A community is not exclusive. There's if anything, they catch more hell from other gay people by openly admitting they want to own a gun. They come down straight to their parents.
But he's catching hell from you, Marcy. Why?
They catch hell for being for. I ain't scared of them.
You ain't gonna teach him no gun safety?
I'll teach anyone how to shoot a gun, except commies.
Man, I just think that this guy, he should be the face of 2A in the future, man. I need to get more. You 2A people need to step into the next generation and be more inclusive.
No, he's
probably the girl.
His husband. No, he ain't do shit. Just
he's probably the girl. You know that, right?
2A community they ain't gonna do jack. You ain't gonna do anything. Do you want to shoot?
I feel
Yes, cool.
more comfortable having a gun that I need to go learn how to use. And that's going to be within this week.
But not everyone feels like crime in Murray Hill is increasing. Neighbor Dave Thomas thinks it's going down and that the area is improving.
It's a great neighborhood
Oh
for
my
walking.
God.
Listen, this is how they get down over there in general.
It sounds like a great neighborhood for sure.
Yo,
I ain't going to that block party.
No.
Right, let me do a poll right quick. Damn, pause. Let me do a survey. 2, 1 for living here with all these fruit cups, or 2 for living in the stand. What would you rather do? 1, live here with these goddamn Zestville, or live in the stand. 1 for Zestville and 1 for the stand.
Man.
2 for the stand.
You know what? I gotta say, for me, I'm familiar, like growing up in a rough neighborhood. Throw me in the stand, see.
Yeah, I'm standing.
I don't know about this. Like my respects to what they do. I don't know about that though. Like, I'm familiar with violence, you know.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. Hey, I live over here with these people before I live in the stand.
You think so?
Yeah,
Really?
Hell yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
All day long.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, Chief.
I'll take Zestyville over.
How do you figure, Chief?
Because I want to live in peace.
Yeah,
And I only got to watch my back, and it isn't for bullets.
Man, Chief, I don't know.
My body armor is my jeans.
They're gonna try. I wouldn't worry about anybody trying me. If I live in a Zestyville.
I mean, yeah.
Why? Why would you not be worried about anybody trying?
Well, I think I said in the chat before. Back when I was in college, I was in a group like that. BGLSA.
What? A group like what?
What? You had letters? What is
what? Back in college, what?
I was in a bi, gay, lesbian, straight alliance.
What? You were what?
Because when I was in college, I honestly knew nothing about that kind of stuff. So I said, well, in order for me to know something about it, it's a part of where I live. May as well I'll jump head first into this group.
You jump head first into it.
Yeah, that's not a good way to say that, man.
All right, then
rethink that.
Pause.
Hold on, man. I'm trying to look at you differently, Marcy, man.
I said it before. All right, well, look. Once they found out I was a conservative, it scared the crap out of me.
What?
Conservatives. When they found out that when I had said at the first meeting they had, I said I work on guns. I said I work on guns, and it's like I ripped the rabbit's head off in the middle of the auditorium. They just backed away from me. I'm like, y'all serious? So
hold on, but I'm confused. Hold on, you're confusing me.
Yeah.
You were in a what group? Hold on, what the hell kind of group were you in?
Bi, gay, lesbian, straight alliance. I was the straight. I was the straight there. And I had a
What were you aligning on?
Yeah, what was the objective? What was like the purpose?
Yeah.
Independent study. I put it like that. I knew nothing about that.
Independent study.
Honestly, I knew nothing
Studying
about
booty
that.
holes.
You were studying like
no, I knew nothing about that culture, and so I figured the only way.
It's not a culture; it's an activity.
Well, this is back in 2009, I think.
Hold on, time out. You didn't go kicking and screaming. You voluntarily went to this place.
Yeah, because I wasn't threatened.
How long were you there for, Mons?
I wasn't threatened by those people.
How long were you there for?
Yeah.
A year and a half.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
Hey, but Mossy,
Did you have to wear buttless pants?
No, wait.
No.
You understand how long here? You understand? I haven't even been here for a year and a half.
I'm telling you, I didn't make it that long. I don't think. Like, what do you mean?
Mossy, I'm like somewhat with you. I mean, I got some gay friends and shit, but I didn't join no alliance group with them.
But that's commitment.
Yeah, it is. How often did you meet, Mossy? Like, how often were the meetings?
6 times a week.
How often were the meetings, Mossy?
Every day except for Sunday.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro! I don't think I was hitting the same chick that long in a row. Like,
well, let me ask this: how long were the meetings, Mossy?
5 hours.
An hour, I think.
Oh God!
Whoa!
So you met 6 times
Like I
a
said,
week for an hour for a year and a half.
Like I said, I sat in on the meetings. I knew nothing. It was a culture on.
What did you learn?
Yeah, what did you learn?
I learned that they're truly afraid of conservatives. Like I said, that was the first that was the first hint I dropped that I was conservative.
It's a year and a half, though.
It's scared the shit out of them.
I'm sure you learned more in a year and a half.
This was over 10 years ago.
How many were in this group? How many people, more or less?
A
lot.
I think 40.
Whoa! It was so. Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, it was. I was on camp. I was living on campus. No, the campus I went to. That kind of environment was there. I knew nothing about it, so I said, you know what? Let me go to this meeting. Go to these meetings and just find out what it's all about. And I'm not threatened. Man, I wasn't threatened by these people. Like I had a friend ask me, he said, "You're not scared about like hitting?" I said, "No, I'm not afraid of that."
Right. So last question for me, Mossy. Last question.
I got more. I have a few more questions.
Yeah.
So Miles, what would you feel the demographic was of this group?
Most the demographic primarily glider. It was like 90% glider.
Okay.
Of course.
So you were like Don Lemon and shit. And shit.
Nah, no. I assure you, and they knew straight up exactly the why I said straight up. I'm straight. There was no confusion on that. Like I said, I went because I knew nothing about this community. I said,
But
let me
why
find
did
out.
you, hold on? Let me stop you there, Mark.
Yeah.
You say you knew nothing about. Like, listen, there's a lot of communities that you know nothing about.
Well, I put like
one that you felt like you had to that you immersion. This was like immersion, like Spanish through immersion, right? You immersed yourself in this
For
shit.
a year and a half.
Yeah, that's a Marcy. A year and a half is a long. I guess because I have ADD, it's a long time. But you don't have ADD, right? Obviously. But that's a long fucking time for those of us with ADD.
Yeah, you could build lifelong friends in that amount of time.
Yeah, I can't focus on nothing that long, man.
Well, I'm a much different person than I was a much different person I'm now than I was then.
What?
What I meant by that was I was at the time.
Throw the shovel away, brother. Throw the shovel away.
Hey, look. I still fuck with Marcio. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Look,
he stood on that.
I was more open minded to hearing those kind of. I was more open minded at the time, and as time went on, I said, "Yeah,
yes, okay,
yeah." Like I said, I knew I was. I knew I've always known I was straight. There was no confusion with that. I went there, I open mind. So let me go in with open mind. Figure out what this community is all about. Yeah, this ain't. This ain't me.
I'm not feeling this.
And I said, it ain't me.
Musty. In order to figure out what that community's all about, there's a little bit of things. There's some things you gotta do to figure out what they're all about.
There's some details in a year and a half that I feel like we're skating over.
Yeah, because I mean, like you can learn some things, but if you're trying to learn what they're all about, you gotta get down in the weeds.
Did y'all have like field trips to y'all do field trips to like different, locations that they would hang out or anything?
Like parties?
Yeah. Or bars.
Bars.
Oh,
interesting.
Wow, this is
like
insane.
I put it like this. At the time, even atheism was something that was foreign to me. When I went to college, I said there are people. I said there are actual. I said atheism is an actual thing. Feminism is an actual thing. I didn't know any of these. I didn't know any of this stuff. So that's why I said, well, if I'm going to be on this campus around all these different people, let me see if I can figure them out. Figure out how they operate, what kind of ideas they have. And that way, it's a way of strengthening my own beliefs. Because at least I'll be able to, if I know more about them, it's testing my own beliefs. So they let me know, so I know where I stand. When you boil things down, we strip away all the BS. Where do I stand on particular topics?
Wait,
what were you testing?
Marcy, I listen.
How I interact with people who are how do I interact with people who are strikingly different from myself? Mind you, like I said, this was over 10 years ago. A lot has changed since 12 years ago.
Did you used to be woke, Monster?
No. I was never woke because that stuff just came up as weak. I was never into that kind of stuff.
So then, with that, what you just said, how can you be drawn to this, I guess, club or society?
I said I can see myself living in a community like that. Like if it came down to the potential of a shootout, or people who would get away who would basically avoid me because they thought I was a crazed killer already. I'd rather be somewhere where I'm already thought of as being a danger, than that be somewhere where it's going to be constantly tested and I actually have to get in the gunfights.
But
or sausage fight.
But man, I feel more comfortable around guns than the other shit. To be honest, my respect though. Whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, just a year and a half. I think that's what hit hard.
Well, I'll put it like this. You guys, you heard me speak. You heard me speak on the live streams constantly. That's. I mean, would it be? Would you say there's any question that I would be someone who would be afraid of being around people like that?
Of course not.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of these people.
Well, you were hesitant to giving this guy gun lessons.
I was hesitant because of. Well, I don't know the person. I'm only going off appearance. Maybe if I knew someone, you know, if they had like a genuine interest, then I would teach them how to shoot. Because I just care about people being able to defend themselves. You know, as far as like I said commies before, which I was saying, you know, tongue in cheek. But as far as knuckleheads, no. Anyone who does because anyone who has like that kind of personality, where they're just you're not gonna punch through to actually they're not willing to learn. Then I just don't waste my time with them.
Did you hang out with the lesbians or the gays?
More so lesbians.
Hey, Mozzie, I feel like Mozzie's telling the truth.
Hey, all right, let me find out you were in one of these clubs.
Hey man, listen, man. If I was, I would have never told y'all. So
under any circumstances,
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I ain't even gonna lie. If I had been one of those clubs, I would have never brought it up, man. I got to salute Bossy on that, man. I gotta give you. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, salute to you, man, for being honest and transparent, man. I don't even want to beat you up no more about it. You were honest, man. I would have lied. I'd have been like, hell nah, man. A gay guy from the fucking group would have came on here and been like, hey. I'd have been like, who the fuck is you? I don't know you, motherfucker. I'd have fucking dropped his ass. I'd have dropped. Paul Obama dropped his ass. Man, like, nah, but seriously though, salute to you, man, for being honest about that, man. God damn. Like, yeah, that's an interesting experience, man. Me personally, man, I would have never thought of that. Like, I wouldn't have known it was an option to do that. So I would have never, you know what I'm saying?
I probably wouldn't have read that flyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yo, but with that said, though, I'm rocking with Mossy 100%.
Yeah,
You know,
and the people I was around, they would have given me such a hard time over that it wouldn't have been worth it. Like, whatever
I would have given you a hard time, Shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, whatever I'd have gained from learning about their culture, I'd have it would have cost me, like, you know, because I'm a Sun man, so it's like
your social currency is in the toilet.
I'm from Sunistan, man. I hang around Sunistanians,
Right.
man.
I mean, I would have told you sus.
Yeah. Oh, well, sus, man. It wouldn't have been sus. It'd have been
No.
gay.
A lot harsher wordage.
Sus is like literally like sus is like you're sus for like literally like say it was you took a selfie and like behind you was a gay club and you didn't know it was a gay club and somebody found a picture of your selfie and shit and it was in front of the gate. You could get branded as gay for that. Going to a thing like this for a year and a half, like, come on, man.
Right. They would have been like, man, they're sugar in that tape.
Oh my god.
Endless ammunition. It's nothing.
Yeah, you gonna.
Well, like I said, I went in. First of all, it's like when I said it before. I have core beliefs, and so I went into knowing that all right, there are things that are just flat out that I just believe. When it comes to people are more complex. So let me figure out these people, see what they're all about, and just. You know, I know. Like I said, I knew where I stood. If anything,
what did you think of they were like? What was the confusing part? What were you perplexed about? I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny. I just want to know.
I'm trying to think because, like I said, it's been so long ago. I guess how would they view someone like myself being in their presence. And for them, I learned that it was they didn't know what to think because I could tell it was the first time they actually had someone who was not like them willing to be around them and ask questions and I was never like I said I was never threatened. Like even my friend who was my friend who's actually he was my best man at my wedding. Back when we went to college together, and he had asked, and I told him what I was doing. He said I couldn't do what you do. He said, you're a braver man than me. He said, you don't feel like you don't want to worry about them hitting on you. I said, I'm not worried about them hitting on me. First of all, I'm not worried about them touching me because I'll knock the shit out of them.
But what if it's a gay guy that's kind of like gay guys come in all sizes? Like a gay guy could be big. Like wasn't a gay guy in the NFL? It's a bunch of gay guys in the NBA.
It doesn't matter because at that point it just comes down to if you let yourself get
What about
harassed.
Omar from The Wire, man? What if he touched you? What you gonna do, man?
Knock him out. Well, like I said, it comes down to if you let that slide, what's next? When does it stop?
But for a year and a half,
would you spend a year and a half in the stand? I mean, you gave a year and a half of your life to this club.
I spent 12 years in the stand. I
But I'm talking about as an adult, like now, like at the age you were, age you were when you did this.
I don't know. I had less guns then.
Was there a particular reason that you, when you stopped going to the clubs, there a particular reason that you pulled out?
Oh shit!
Damn!
Stop it, man! No.
We should end it on that one.
Yo, who said that?
I went once.
Why'd you pull?
I went once, and that was it.
What? Oh,
what?
That doesn't make sense.
He's talking about the club. He's talking about the
I
club.
went to a gay bar once.
Oh, you were. Oh, what the? Hold on, this is crazy, man. So
rabbit hole.
So hold on. So Marcy, let me just stay. Hold on. So you went when you went to this thing, right? Every week you show up, right? Yeah. Are you speaking every week, or is there weeks where you don't talk, or is it like how does it?
I don't talk. I'm just listening. When I went to the main, I'm just listening. I called it. It was like recon. Just going in, just gathering information.
And what are they talking about? Like, is it like a AA meeting? Like a
safe sex, different like I guess different charities that were in because where I live in Colombia, there's like there clubs, you know, there's like organizations like that where and they just talk about that kind of stuff and drag shows. Wow. They just it was like all that, just that kind of stuff. Like I said, I wasn't. Like I said, I want to if I want to know more about people like this, let me be around them for some time.
Yeah.
And I just you know, and I mean, like I said, I knew where I stood on core issues. I did so I can get more. I can hear different arguments.
Choose your language wisely.
So let me ask you this, Marcy. Was reading to kids like a thing back then, or not?
No,
really?
no, and I can say that. I guess that's why I say a lot. That's why I say a lot has changed. That would have been inconceivable.
Hey, hold on. Let me say. Let's start a $5 challenge, man. This is great content, man. Listen, man. $5 challenge for Marcy, man. We can, man. Listen, man. Not for nothing, man. Marcy's being very transparent about an experience that I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. I didn't know that these things exist. I didn't know there were clubs where you got to learn about gay people. This is all like, this is so new to me, man, that like, it's like, I do want to clown you a little bit, but it's just,
that's fine.
I'm enthralled. This is, I'm interested too. It's like, wow, like, you took a bullet for the team, man. Like, you did this so that like no one else has to do it. You know what I'm saying? like this is insane. Like, this is crazy. So now, Marcy, like,
yeah.
Now, when you came here, when you come to the place, right?
Yeah.
And it says about 40, 50 people in there.
Roughly, that's maybe. I think once I saw a max of maybe 50 people, but I think it hovered around 20 or 30.
Okay, so 20 or 30 core people, right?
Yeah.
And it's like when you're there like week after week, I'm sure you have to make friends. I mean, this like I mean,
Well,
you just
I've been asked. I've been asked a few times that whether I was gay or not. I said no, I'm not gay. And
because they were confused. They were like, "What this guy keep coming back?"
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
the
was
only
like they were
straight person there?
they were like he is, but he just don't
essentially,
know it
yeah,
yet.
essentially.
Oh yeah, because they're like, well, we really didn't mean straight alliance.
Yeah.
This was just gay. They was like, this was all just a like, this
It's
is
the
like
gay club.
gay. Yeah,
Yeah,
this,
we just said straight for
yeah.
diplomacy purposes.
This was
Yeah,
like when you
politically
invite,
correct, right?
it's like when you invite a girl over to study and shit, but you really just want to feel her up and shit.
Yeah, like no, we don't have no intention to
Well,
study.
and one of the things I did pick up in conversations was about the concern of violence, and that goes back to what I stand for. And so I would say that part of what I did was I see if I can ask people, what were their thoughts on self defense. What were their thoughts on, because that was one of the major that was one of the major concerns that many of them had was like being attacked for for who they being attacked for who they were. And I said, well, have you considered learning self defense? So it turned into me wanting to educate people in this group about protecting yourself, about self defense, about potentially like learning how to use a gun, things like that. Because like I said, I don't like people being victimized. Even if I disagree on this core issue, they're still human beings, and so I will want them to get I will want them to at least know how to know that the self defense is an option, and that there are measures they can take to protect themselves if that was a concern they had.
Okay, so we got a question here. I give Marcy a pass. By the 2000s, gay was being widely accepted by liberals and colleges were extremely welcoming. Well, listen, man. Look, whether you give Marcy a pass or not, like it's
That's the
just
point.
like you can't blame us for being like this is new. You didn't give us a chance to digest this, man. I'm digesting this, man. I'm processing this as we speak. I wasn't expecting this, man. This wasn't. I was going to end the show after Charles. I was just like, man, let me just go ahead and do Jacksonville right quick, man. And then it's like, I was expecting to be asleep by now, man.
Yeah.
This is insane, man. This is wacky right here, man. I had no idea. Like it's like I didn't know this stuff existed. I didn't know you could do like this type of thing. I didn't know this clubs and shit for straight and gay people. I like what the fuck.
Hey, nothing wrong with experimenting.
Well, I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It's kind of like remember was it Daryl Davis who went to the Klan meetings?
Oh yeah,
it's kind of a little bit different.
Like them.
It was like
just deep cover, basically.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. You was in it to win it. You was in the.
It just had a deep commitment. That's all.
Yo, who is that? Who is that? Blanco?
God damn, man.
Is that Blanco that just said that?
You were trying to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, because
it's a long, deep commitment. Repeatedly.
It's not the only group. Like the first group I actually joined was a feminist group.
Okay, so all right.
I did that before the BGLSA thing. I joined a feminist group because like I said, all I grew up hearing about that kind of stuff was just negative. But I lived on a college campus. I'm surrounded by all these different people, and I say, well, I got time. I mean, I got time to learn about different people. It would help. It would help me. Like I said, it helps strengthen. It help you with strengthening your arguments if you put them to the test. If you put them up against other people's ideas, you know what other people stand, and you know more about where you stand on certain subjects.
Well, why did you need to know where you stood on this? I just don't care where it's like I stand. Like you guys are fruits. I'm not talking about you, but these people are fruits,
Yeah.
and they do their thing, and I'm not a fruit, and I just live a non-fruity life, and that's it.
I just want to know how like what knowledge were you gaining for a year and a half? Seemed like you learned a lot in that amount of time.
Well, I mean, it wasn't going on. It was like over a year and a half duration. It wasn't going on straight for,
Well, yeah. That's what I mean, like once a week for a year and a half. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, Marcy, like if you let's just say you took piano lessons, right? You would be like Mozart. If you took paint
like I couldn't do 1 week of that. I couldn't even do one.
You took basketball lessons, you could at least play in the G League after that many fucking like literally like that's a long time. But man, like listen, man, I was supposed to be asleep by now, man. Salute to you, Marcy. Maybe we'll get into this more another time, man. But
that's fine.
To be continued.
I can't even finish the story, man. I can't even finish the story. Go ahead and try to finish this story right quick.
Your dog. We have a bunch of pet owners across the park right now. Here with my dog Marty, and we look out for one another. Murray Hill has been a great community to live in.
And I also reached out to City Council member Randy DeFore, who is over part of Murray Hill, and she says she believes that crime is decreasing in the area, even though there were some recent incidents. And she says to make sure things further decrease, she has asked JSO to patrol this area just a little bit more. Live in Jacksonville, Khalil Maycock, Channel 4, the local station.
Maycock.
Khalil definitely cock.
right. Wow. And on that note, guys, man,
Thanks
for the laughs.
We should refer to Marcy, the expert story.
Oh my god.
This is amazing.
Yeah, thanks for always great to go to sleep with laughter, man. Thank you guys.
We love you, Marcy. You the man, bro.
Peace.
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 Hey, Wicked didn't say no homo.